been recording a long time. We're outnumbered by subpar spring movies, but League members have a strength that cannot be measured. This is Bo Connor, and if you're listening to this, you are the League. And another Cyrus, can you hand me that Chloroseptic over there?
I was wondering.
Oh, God. Oh, sorry. Oh, that's much better. God, a couple of squirts of that. I talk right up. Hey, hey everybody, welcome to League.
Oh, wait. What's the part where we go?
He's been doing it on the guitar. You can't hear it as well because I got it on the earphone.
Dude, you totally sounded like Batman.
You totally sounded like you need a fucking Luden.
Oh,
dude.
good for you.
Good for you. No. Good for you.
Gee, you want to get over here and talk to this
Bo, you and I are done professionally. I'm going to kick your fucking ass, man.
fucking ass, man?
This will be so ironic because this is one of our big blowout episodes, and we're all a little drunk. And before the end of it,
No, dude.
y'all might be done
Foster Brooks was a little drunk.
Yeah, there ain't
we're all wasted.
This is the summer movie preview episode, and in some ways, a look back to the movies that already
Which
came
we
out.
celebrated by doing a Memorial Day cook-off. Which we celebrated by doing a Memorial Day cook-off like 5 hours ago. So
Yeah.
take what you can from this, folks. By the end of it, we're not even going to be saying complete sentences.
I cracked a beer as soon as I smelled charcoal.
I feel like I need to apologize for making a Foster Brooks reference because there's only like 3 people in here who have any idea what the
hell is that?
You are.
I only know because I have the computer in front of me. and
You
I
are
was able to
skewing.
check
Yeah,
IMDb.
he had to Google that. You are skewing old.
Cyrus
man.
was like, reference.
Wait, what?
Okay, well,
Wasn't he
we've
the
got-
manager in the Jonas Brothers movie?
There was a Jonas Brothers movie? Oh, that's
the
right.
Jonas
only,
Brothers?
Only Leon had to sit through that one.
Dude, there's a Jonas Brothers movie every week. I'm
We
sorry,
saw one
like,
today.
dude, we just saw the Night at the Museum 2, and they fucking shoved the Jonas Brothers down our
Okay,
throats
but
in that movie.
we'll get there. Let's start off here by first
Will we?
talking. Yes, we
Fuck.
will. You're gonna have to give.
I don't want to go.
You're gonna have to give me a minute here, drunken fools, to go around and say, okay,
here.
we've got a few. Yes, exactly. Thank you,
Yeah,
Kristen.
fine.
For the whole, we've got a bigger crowd than usual, and we've got 2 more microphones now. So, but we're
So
gonna
you
go
got more people talking over each other.
Exactly. It'll be a thing of beauty. And someday someone will decode it all and separate the tracks and go, so that's what Jason said.
My sweet Satan.
Fuck him.
Yeah, that's when the feds
Wouldn't
come
be
in.
the first time.
It'll be Tom Hanks that does it too
Yes,
for
it
the
will.
Vatican.
And we'll get into that too. We're going to go Clockwork Orange. I am Cyrus, your host.
big dick.
Fish.
Oh, you don't have to call yourself.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he
Shut
does.
up, Grant.
No, he.
I mean, we all call
Shut the
him-
fuck
Shut
up,
up,
Grant.
Grant.
Hey, Grant, would you like to be fish again?
Yeah.
Okay, Grant. Hey. No, we're just moving on.
Wow, look who got a mic. It's Greg.
I may regret that decision, by the way.
Yeah, you
Oh,
will.
First Officer Leon.
Number 1.
Science Officer Bo.
Jason.
Who has
In
no
a red
title.
shirt, surprisingly.
And
We didn't
coming
hear.
back from our... Oh, sorry.
We can't keep them away. Not that we'd try.
No,
but
no.
they love
I think
it.
it's so awesome that like our chick episode turned out to be like really a recruitment episode.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. We need to make stripes for their
Yeah,
the tiny bit of clothing they're wearing this evening.
It's no longer the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It's League of Extremely Ordinary Gentle Folk.
Oh my god!
Well, I would say the Legion
No,
of
it's-
Extremely
it's-
Ordinary
Yes.
Gentlefolk.
There's a
No. It's the League of Extremely Ordinary Gentlemen and 2 hot chicks.
Okay, I'll go with that.
We're gonna have to change
Fair
our
enough.
acronym,
Jeez.
but that would be all of an
2 hot
introduce
chicks
yourself
in
to.
a
Yeah, please.
place. Yeah.
We are, if we
Wait,
get...
wait,
if-
wait.
Intros.
Shush.
Hello, I'm the Troll 2 lover, Kayla.
And I'm Kristen.
And together they're dangerous.
Indeed.
But
Form
yes,
of a bucket of vagina.
Oh, you have to drink for that.
Well, you know, I was just gonna make a Legion flight ring comment, and you fucking cut me off. So fuck all you guys.
Sorry. It was a
He
Wonder
wishes.
Twins reference. It was obligated. I was obliged to do it.
Wonder Twins beats the Legion flight ring.
sometimes even good stuff has to get cut out just for politeness' sake.
That is true.
Okay.
And I bow to the Marvin of our super friends, Joseph. That would be
Oh, he didn't go there.
Check out my rockin' green bell bottoms.
By the way, I just realized as I was going back through, I was changing some stuff, like adding titles in the League Lounge to all the League episodes. And there was something that Bo said, I think it was a week or two ago, where he tried to claim that he was more a member of the original core than Jason was. And strictly speaking, Bo, that's not true. Y'all both came on full time in the exact same episode.
Yes, but I was
however-
on the first episode.
You were. Not only was Bo on the first episode, but he coined the term League of Extremely Ordinary
He
Gentlemen.
did, but he
That's
was
true.
still a guest until the exact same episode that
we
Jason
were using
was.
an Avengers analogy, and you were talking about the Hulk, Thor, and Iron Man thing. But guess who came along far after issue 1? Captain fucking America.
That's true.
Okay.
I'm only going to give in on this one if Jason concedes, and I don't think he's going to.
I'm not conceding.
So I'm saying the core.
But I do appreciate the support, best friend.
Hey, I love you, man. You're still part of the core. You're just not part
you're
of the.
just not as good as
You're just
Jason.
not beating Jason out. That's all.
Oh, God.
yeah, you're not.
I kind of
You're
think
not
he
Bucky.
does.
Really?
It's so cool
I-
that
I
there's
love
a
'em
core
both.
4 because all it does is exclude one person.
Meanwhile,
That's awesome.
Fish starts crying in the corner.
He's in the support group.
Well,
You
No,
can
no,
be the Scarlet Witch.
Fish is
Grant.
Rick Jones.
Fish is our Rick Jones, who ended up having
Greg-
more powers than all the rest of his.
Look,
Greg, you did the
as
whole
far as I'm
Avengers
concerned, I'm
Oh, that's
carrying this
cool.
whole deal, and the rest of you are all a bunch of jockstraps. So fuck off.
Yeah. Fish is way less douchey than Rick Jones. So
And me, for that matter.
and Fish has
Bo.
probably never had a mullet,
And you.
unlike Rick Jones. So
And Bo.
let's,
No,
guys,
I have never had a mullet, but
let's get right.
Jason.
Let's get right into
I
it.
have. I've
All
had
right,
a mullet.
let's go.
I know some of y'all have seen Terminator at this point, outside of Leon and I, who obviously have because it's already gone up on the site. Kayla has seen it. Bo has seen it.
Grant saw it.
Grant saw it.
I did.
Fish has seen
Wait,
it.
Jason, you saw it too, didn't you?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, Jason
Everybody's
saw
seen it.
All right, so
Guess
then-
what?
I
It's
was
a
sitting
spoilerific
fucking next to you.
episode.
It's okay. I haven't seen it, but
What
I don't
about you
care.
two? How do you feel about spoilers?
Oh no, that's
What?
fine for me personally. Terminator 2 was just the end, and I
Yes.
didn't.
Yes.
I didn't need to
Well
continue
done.
the franchise after that.
I can't say I actually agree with you, but okay.
See,
I
like
like Terminator. If
Terminator.
someone gave me DVD,
I
I'd
thought it was-
watch it, but I don't feel like I'm going to enjoy it past Terminator.
No, she's
2.
right.
I will.
As far as
Everyone's
watching
welcome
movies
to
that
their
make any kind of
opinion.
sense,
Even if
I'm
it's wrong.
totally with her.
Well, Leon and I have already discussed this at length, and the only thing I'm going to say about it, and I'll give you a chance to, if you want to add anything
Sure.
first before we go to everybody else. Only thing I'm going to say about it is, honestly, for the first time in a while, I was really surprised that everybody else liked this so much when I really did not like it that much. And I think it affected my review during it. And I'm going to do something I never do and flip-flop a little
Whoa.
bit and change my original review. I gave it a low matinee, and I'm going to bring this back down to rental. I think I was affected by everybody else's affection for it and go, you know what? I've thought about this a lot since then. And it even bugged me I gave it that higher rating at the time, but I did it anyway. That was a mistake.
That's some
I'm
shit,
changing
Cyrus.
my rating to a rental officially. It's
That's
not
some shit.
terrible. It's
You
just not
lied
all
to
that
all the
good
spill
either.
dose.
I did. I lied to the spill dose,
you
and I
lied
feel
to yourself.
terrible about that.
No, it's just Cyrus's way to get people.
I
to
did
come
not
to Leon.
sleep with that movie.
And before anybody gets bent out of shape about this, I mean, man, there is nobody in this room that has not done that has gone to see a movie and gone, yeah, I guess that's all right. Yeah, go see it. And then, like, upon thought, like, really?
I think it's
Okay.
okay,
So much.
okay to digest
Phantom
a
Menace.
movie, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with
Shameful
thinking a little
confession. I really liked The Mummy 2. And then I went back and watched it. I know. Yeah,
God.
yeah. And then I went back and watched it again. I was like, yeah, okay.
Oh, without the drugs. You
I
saw it
can-
without the drugs.
So
on.
apparently,
Beat you.
one of the reasons that we have the running joke is that you've never seen the prequels more than once.
I actually own the director's cut of Daredevil, so you got nothing on how pathetic I am.
There's a director's cut of
Christ.
Daredevil.
It actually is better than the
heard it's
original, which
better,
isn't
right?
saying a lot.
No, it's not.
I thought it was. I'm kind of with Carlisle on this one. I mean, he thinks it's actually great, the director's cut, and no. It's not. But it is more
Yeah.
tolerable to me.
Should I
No,
also
no,
say that Carlisle's favorite movie is Battle Beyond the Stars? Okay, continue.
And he loves everything Michael Bay does. I'm
you
sorry.
kidding,
I-
bro?
when-
So
no,
does
I'm not
Kayla.
kidding
That
at all.
wasn't a joke.
You're
No,
not
no.
allowed to meet Carlisle. That's all I'm saying. That's the end of the story.
When I watched the director's cut of Daredevil, because he raved about it so much, I was like hoping it was gonna like he said no everything that's wrong with it before it'll explain it, and I'm like okay, so it's gonna explain why defense attorney Matt Murdock is prosecuting a rapist, and it does not explain that at all. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. I didn't say it was a good movie yet. It's not.
It's not.
And yet,
It's awful.
I'm one of those guys, and I knew you are on some level too, because you love these comic books so much that even though you know the movies are terrible, you can watch them again. Anyway.
Okay, you know what? No, let's make a league resolution here. Mark Steven Johnson should not direct films.
No, he should not.
He
No.
should not direct comic book films. I mean,
Well, yeah.
By saying this, I'm not defending this film per se. I'm just saying it's not as bad as a lot of the bad.
Okay,
superheroes.
okay.
You're talking about Terminator now?
No. I'm talking
To
about,
me, the director's cut
Daredevil.
of Daredevil falls in a lot where so
Not
many
a
other
summer movie.
director's cuts fall into, like the director's cut of The Abyss. Like The Abyss was a movie. I remember I loved that movie, but it got to the end, I went, "What the fuck? What kind of ending
Well,
is
the
this?"
director's cut was amazing because it
No.
answered all those questions.
I'm sorry, dude. The director's cut explains everything better, but those scenes they cut out were awful. I'm like, wow, I totally see why you cut these scenes out because they suck.
I don't actually
But they
agree,
do
but-
explain things better. So by the end,
Damn you, Michael Bean!
but by the end, I was left with kind of like, wow, I got something, but I had to give something up at the
Hold-
same time.
hold on.
I don't know which one I like better.
One of our okay, we had, like I said, a big party here, and one of the other people here, one of our close friends, Lisa, actually has something that she's flipping out about in the corner.
Yeah, she
here
almost
at
killed
this point.
Jason.
And
So-
she can't- she
she's
can't
going to
speak
be
it
on the
through
Harry
Jason, I
Potter
guess.
episode anyway when we do that.
Yeah.
Leon, I love you to death, but I had never even heard of that version until my sister saw it on Sci-Fi, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, they've added so much to this movie. It finally explains it." Because when you watch it, you're just kind of like, "Okay, this is cool, but why?" You watch that, and it explains it all. Okay, and
Lisa,
wait,
what did you just say that I didn't say 2 minutes ago?
Okay, I just realized that. So what you're saying is what's been added in is crap, but it's not that whole wave coming over. That's cool.
Yeah, I
was
agree.
just like, yikes, scary wave.
No. The scene where Ed Harris has to look around, going like, "Oh, yeah, you're right."
Okay,
Wait, what year did
we're
that
throwing
movie come
Coke
out?
cans away,
You know what-
and,
you know
and
when
the little
we'll-
ducks are getting stuck.
You
in
know
the,
when
in the
we'll
Coke
discuss
six-pack
this?
rings.
When Avatar comes out. That's
You
when
know-
we'll
There you
discuss
go.
this.
Speaking
But-
of scary waves, in the Terminator Salvation,
Thank you.
when
Nice.
Mr. John Connor does his drop into the ocean, they have the big wave that looks exactly like a perfect storm. I mean, was anybody going like, really?
I expected
You're
to
gonna
see.
bring this in?
I expected to see
Okay.
Kurt Russell surfing on top of it with a machine gun.
Exactly. With an
Jesus
eye
Christ.
patch
It was
and
not that bad.
a Mac 10 Ingram going, "Come on, kid, we're going to New York.
really
and I'll
thought-
teach you how to talk on the radio."
I really thought that George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg were going to scoop him up and deliver him to the submarine.
This is the best fish we've ever caught.
Looks a lot like the guy from Empire of the Sun.
He's got grenades all over him. He must be the dangerous catch.
Okay, yeah. So, Terminator, Salvation. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was a huge spectacle. It was.
All right, so
yeah.
out of the standard rating system, which admittedly, just like us, me and Leon and I, you can go with a high rental, low matinee. All that.
I would okay. With the spill rating system, I would actually say matinee.
Strong
yeah.
matinee.
Oh, okay, so
strong matinee.
Okay, so you.
Yeah.
It sounds like you liked it better than I thought you did.
You know what? I went in with abysmally low expectations.
Yeah.
I really because I had written the entire franchise off with Terminator 3 because I fucking hated Terminator 3.
Actually,
That's
I
too
would
bad.
I would like to do a segue on that. Why do you hate Terminator 3?
I
so
like
much?
Terminator.
Claire
Because
Danes.
it was Claire Danes wasn't even that
Fuck
bad.
you, Jason.
I
or
like-
fuck you, Grant. I will
No, it's
kill
too
you.
late. You said Jason. I agree. Fuck you, Jason.
Fuck you, Grant. I will hammer you onto a cross in the backyard. Claire Danes can do no wrong.
Hey,
He's done it
I like to
before.
point out that they didn't actually hammer people to crosses and crucifixions. They tied them to
That's
them.
true, they
so
did.
Jesus, if he died of anything, it would have been a rope burn.
Yeah.
Except JC.
Yeah, you might notice by the lack of the helmet with a crest, I am not an ancient fucking Roman. I said I would nail him to a fucking cross, and I meant it.
Well, I know you to be someone who wants to be authentic about
No,
this.
I'm good.
That's true, and we're this, say year 400, 326. Yeah,
Even if it was
Angels and demons.
326,
Definitely be using ropes.
Claire Danes sucks.
I'm okay with.
I don't understand the Claire Danes.
I'm
either.
okay with Claire Danes. I have
No,
no
you
problem
are.
with Claire Danes.
I don't get it
Jason
at all.
No, but back to topic. There, that is an item of discrepancy. There are some people who like Terminator 3, but the
I'm
overall-
one of them.
Yeah,
I like Terminator
actually am
3
too.
You know what?
But,
Well-
but a lot of people really hate it. What do you hate about it?
I hate the fact that A, Cyrus is fucking retarded for liking it, and B,
Thank you, you
I don't-
completely made it make sense.
I
to me
don't
now.
think that really solidifies your point.
well,
I don't know. He just swayed me with that.
may I
Really?
continue?
I believe if you read a little Bertrand Russell and figure out Occam's razor, it is whatever Cyrus hates.
Oh, I'm sorry. When did
That is Occam's razor.
When
Nerd
did
alert.
Dennis Miller join ICAST? Bertrand Russell.
Okay, Terminator 3.
Oh my
Why didn't you like about it?
Okay, you know, my biggest thing was that they introduced midichlorians into the Terminator universe.
Wait,
it was
what?
like they did.
I'm sorry, dude. You
They
have
did.
no room to make that
Yeah,
reference.
you
No,
don't, but
I
how
hate-
so?
Listen, I hate midichlorians, all right? But it was like, okay, Terminators have been beating the fuck out of them for like 2 movies, and then all of a sudden, oh, wait, there's an explosive hydrogen cell in the center of them that will cause a nuclear blast.
Actually, I thought that the whole thing with them having a nuclear thing came up in Terminator 2. That they said their power cells were nuclear. I could have sworn they brought that
But you
up
know,
They
they're-
actually brought that up in this most recent movie.
as well.
Yeah, but they're smashing them in a steam press, and that thing's not going off.
Yeah,
you
because if you take an atom and you smash it in a steam press, it
Nothing.
will blow up. That's why steam presses cause
Yeah.
nuclear explosions all the
But they
fucking
kick
time because you don't understand nuclear physics.
I was going to
whatsoever.
say, that's not what would happen.
But in Terminator 3, they kick the guy out of a truck or whatever, and then he blows up like it's fucking Nagasaki. and it's like, okay, so that would make him go nuclear, but smashing with a steam press, bloating up with the nitroglycerin
That'll agree.
grenades, you know, it was just incredibly inconsistent. It was just a way to make the Terminators blow up good. And plus,
What else do you want in the summer? I mean, seriously.
Thank you.
I mean,
Get
it's
back to
like blowing
sanity
up
here.
good.
you know what?
Okay, whoa,
just
whoa,
because
whoa.
it's a movie in June doesn't mean that I'm fucking
But
retarded.
before we go anywhere else,
agreed.
but wait, before we go anywhere else, and this is because this is our summer movie review. I need a lot more. I'm not a fucking moron. I love watching things blow up. That's awesome. But don't insult my intelligence just because I'm going into a movie theater to escape the 100-degree heat in Texas. Give me a fucking good story. Give me good characters, a great plot, and really good special effects. If those are combined in a great way, awesome. We've got a great fucking movie. And even if there are big plot holes that you can drive a freight truck through, I'm willing to forgive it if those 3 elements are present. Hence why I love Star Trek.
Kayla's dying to give her.
But
2
Salvation Terminator or Terminator Salvation, I was like, I'm not getting this.
I'm with you 100%.
I'm just
All
not.
I want to say is I can tell who did not sit in the Rumble Pack seats.
Oh my God. Okay. I want to bring this up. I've been sitting there quiet.
That's
You
true.
let the dog
I
on.
did not go to SeaWorld to see this.
No.
And I was not splashed by an actual dolphin or Terminator Aqua unit.
Listen,
that
to
would've
me.
made Waterwell a
Listen
lot
to
better.
these words. Hear me now and believe me later. If you can see this movie, if you are determined to see this anyway, you got to get to a theater with D-box seats. Kayla, did you see it in D-box?
especially if you're a female.
Okay, because when I saw it,
Yes. Oh.
It's,
Wait,
it-
now I'm
it's like
interested in
riding
this
a
movie.
pony or a motorcycle. It's
But there's only-
awesome.
when
Wait,
I
Leon, you
saw
said-
it, when I saw it, I liked the movie.
But
I
you
mean,
said there's only 3 theaters
I
like
won't,
that in the
I won't
state.
disagree with what these guys are saying, but I still like the movie anyway. But when I got to sit in a demo of a D-box seat, I fucking loved it. That action scene in the middle where the seat could rumble and move along with everything that was going on, it's a whole new dimension.
Yeah,
What
you
is the D?
Beyond
No, no, you
I-
said
Beyond
that
3D.
though. But
I
there's only
think that's
three. Didn't you say there was only 3 theaters in the country?
3
with
theaters.
it?
Yeah. There's like Man's
we've
Chinese
got one
Theater in
here.
L.A. There's one other one, and here in
And
Austin.
here in Austin, Texas.
another-
And I think that is a valid point, but that's like saying the Sizzler makes like the really bad horror movie that it was attached to into a really good horror movie.
Yeah, or like, you know what? I admit that maybe you
The
didn't like
Sizzler?
Showgirls, but mine had the special blowjob technology seats, and I really enjoyed it.
Too bad it
I'm
was
not
actually
without that seat.
too bad it was actually Grant giving Cyrus a blowjob behind 7-Eleven.
I'll tell you,
it's not. It's a joke.
It's a joke. I did see Showgirls in Smell-O-Vision, and Gina Gershon's breasts smell like fresh baked bread. It's awesome. Awesome.
Usually it's vanilla.
Oh, God.
I think we lost Leon there for a minute. It's like,
Hey, man.
the idea of anyone giving me a blowjob just totally threw him off center.
Fish, take him back to that moment. Lean over there. buddy.
Oh, come on.
Leon, is there mayhaps a Johnny Depp movie coming out with vibrating seats? I'd be interested in that.
Well, the thing is with D-Box, because I talked to the guy extensively about the whole thing. They have 2 rows set up in the Highland Theater. They're going to be there permanently, and they're going to switch out movies. But, of course, it's going to be whatever action movie there is. Right now, it's for Terminator Salvation. I imagine maybe Harry Potter if it goes there.
Nah, no, I don't want to.
Are they going to do the
Harry
black
Potter.
You don't want to
Guardian
see Harry Potter with the
Leviosa?
rumble
No.
seats?
Are they going to do the?
December for Sherlock.
That makes me feel like a pedophile.
Are they going to do the are they going to do the original Black Stallion? Because I think that would be a moneymaker.
The black.
Oh no, you're gonna break your hymen,
I'm
Bo.
just saying.
Well, okay. Well, then
Oh,
it'll-
who needs a hymen?
Then it'll be American
Oh.
Me and episodes of Oz.
Oh,
with that
come
twist.
on.
American
now.
Me.
American? Are you? Oh, that is. Oh, that's so wrong.
All right. Let's
Oh,
calm
hell,
down.
Leon.
We're gonna, unless anybody has any last serious points to make Terminator, we've got to move on.
I
wait, no, Kayla and Kristen haven't got.
I just want them to do ordinary people with that technology because I think that would make me weep even more.
I'd like to say that, I'm sorry, you guys go ahead.
I was just going to say about Terminator, when I just saw the preview for it, I was like, isn't that just Reign of Fire with robots?
Yeah.
No, she is totally right.
No,
She
it
is absolutely right.
It is, and you must have liked Reign of Fire, Jason.
I did, kind
Okay,
of.
see, I hate that.
Wow.
But to be
Okay,
fair,
so-
he only liked it after Matthew
Carlisle?
McConaughey took off his shirt.
So it's just you and
Be a whole lot
Carlisle.
cooler if you did.
I thought he had the shirt off through the whole movie. I don't know. Maybe I was just wanted to see.
I really enjoyed a Terminator, but once you start looking at it a little more closely, it was the whole human element was completely missing. This was the first movie that I can actually say that I saw Christian Bale in that he sucked.
He didn't
Really?
suck.
You know,
No, he
I,
sucked.
He had 2 speeds.
No,
he
didn't
had.
suck.
Oh my God, I'm Christian Bale, and he had. Hey, this is John Connor with the late night tunes of the Resistance.
you know,
I don't think it was his fault at
I'd just
all.
like to say that I've been studying this scene with the 2 motorcycles, and I think this would be a very good point in the film for me to take off my shirt. Matthew McConaughey, John Connor would have made a beautiful movie. It'd be like Sahara, except even worse.
It would have actually made me laugh at some point in the movie, which is more than I can say for Terminator Salvation.
Oh no, I laughed out loud several times, but at none of the appropriate
Yeah, none of
times.
the
Hey,
Problem.
hey, Skynet, what do you think about this right here? I've been doing a lot of sit-ups. You like that?
So you got a female Terminator?
You know, that's what I like about those T-1000s. I keep on getting older, and they just stay the same.
Arnold's got the right idea.
Grant, you had something?
I was just gonna say that you went in there with really low expectations.
Very low.
I went in with the exact opposite. Having seen those trailers, I thought those were some of the most well put together trailers I've seen in a while, and I just ended up rewatching those over and over. I thought they were really cool. And
Probably
so
should've
I
stuck
went
with
in
that.
there. I went in there thinking this might actually be better than Star Trek, which was very foolish.
You
no
poor
wonder.
poor
What were you
bastard.
thinking, boy?
So I left kind of disappointed, but the more I think back on it, I still really appreciate certain scenes, and I think that the film will probably still do really well.
Oh well, no question.
There's no way that it's not going to do well, and the action sequences, they're amazing.
They're stunning.
They're
Oh
stunning.
no, they are. They're
Especially that
flawless.
last 30 minutes.
But
Come
I mean,
on.
you know,
I'll hand it to McGee. He
Yeah.
loves his visual effects, and he does a hell of a job
and
with that.
he does
Oh,
a great
I mean,
job
there's
with
a-
it.
And Mickey
but
G captured the atmosphere perfectly.
It's like I disagree. Actually,
don't
you know,
agree
it's
either.
like I said, you know, that's all well and good, but if you're not giving me a great plot and great characters, I'm just like, wow, I'm stunned by the spectacle for about 5 seconds, but then I'm just like, eh.
But he also had the legs cut out from under him by the
Right.
No, go ahead.
by the marketing
I
department.
was gonna scratch my face.
I was just saying, like he got the legs cut out from under him by the marketing department, who cut the trailer, who gave away the big surprise of the first half of the
Yeah.
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's totally true, and that didn't hurt.
Although, even if that was because I did not suss that out from the trailers, but boy, I knew it in that movie real quick.
We do want to move along, but let's get the spill version of ratings of those who saw it. We already got Jason's, but Bo,
Low rental at best. Yeah, low rental. I wouldn't say it's bordering on some old bullshit, but it's just like there are so many elements in the movie that could have made a great movie if they had hired like a good screenwriter and a good director and used McG as a cinematographer. That being said, I mean, you know, it's fun to watch, but it's low rental at best for me.
Kayla?
The only reason I would give it higher is go see it in a theater, because otherwise you won't get the full spectacle.
Kayla?
Well, I don't feel like I got to say kind of my story going in, so I just want to kind of...
Go ahead.
Yeah, please.
Like, I went in angry. I was only going to that movie because I knew we were going to talk about it, because I saw McG at a little movie festival that we have in town early, and he was the biggest dick I have ever seen in my
so there
entire
are no
life.
good McG
So-
stories,
No.
basically.
So-
All right.
Oh my goodness, he infuriated me. So I was going in, and then I saw a couple of trailers before that movie, and I was like, oh, I hate that trailer. And then I was like,
love the trailer.
I like the trailer, but I hate McG.
no, I mean,
with
I'm
you.
talking not about the Terminator trailers, the trailers before the movie. So
Oh,
here
yeah,
I
yeah,
am,
yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh, okay.
gonna go see McG's movie, and then the movie trailers that were playing before the movie, I was like, how dare they make that movie?
Yeah.
And then the movie started, and I was really angry. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm just not going to let go. I'm not going to let go. But by the end, I was like, this is so much fun. So I would say go for a matinee.
I see.
It's so
Okay,
much fun.
I love her. That's perfect. You know what? I totally felt the same way about Pulp Fiction. I saw Tarantino.
You're
and
really comparing this to Pulp Fiction.
all I'm saying is,
Leon,
I saw him
stretch.
in so many talk shows, and I was like, man, I fucking hate that guy. He's so full of himself. I cannot wait to go see his movie and hate it and trash it. And it's like my number 2 favorite movie in the world.
Yeah, it's right up there with me too. Okay, so what was your spill rating?
I said go
That's
for a
a
matinee.
full
I'm
price.
sorry, full price?
Oh, you're not saying
No,
matinee?
matinee.
You're saying
You
matinee?
said matinee?
I'm poor, so I always say matinee.
An important thing to know. Okay, Fish?
When I saw it, I had really high expectations, and walking out, I really liked it. But y'all can't tell, but I'm talking with my hands. No,
And Jason is totally mocking Jason.
but anyway, no. But if you think about that movie at all, every single thing in that movie is stupid. And just while I would have said full price a couple days ago, now I'm giving it a low matinee. It's just like as fun as it was, I've given up on the Terminator franchise completely.
Now let me ask you guys this, because this movie has come out after Star Trek, which I think is going to be the movie of the summer, because
Fuck
it hits
yeah.
it hits all the points. It does everything you want a summer movie to
And
do.
it's
far,
got
it's the
sexy McSpucky pants.
But now, I mean, like, you guys are really harsh on this, and I don't remember this kind of harshness against Wolverine, which I thought was a much worse movie.
What? Are you
You
serious?
hated Wolverine.
Did everybody hate
Who
Wolverine?
didn't hate Wolverine?
I'm seeing it this weekend.
I haven't
I
seen
haven't
it yet
seen it
either.
yet, so I don't hate it.
I don't know anyone.
I didn't see it, but everybody I've talked to has just said it's a
Arguably,
big piece of crap.
Arguably
Okay.
the biggest Wolverine fan in this room. I haven't seen it yet.
This
Okay,
is the- this is
because I'm hearing you guys dog on this. I'm like, wow, has nobody seen Wolverine? Because that's the movie that
this
really
is
deserved
the
all
bad.
this.
This is the fail superhero movie this year. Every year usually has one win superhero,
Yeah.
one fail. This is the fail.
I
one.
would give this a high matinee, though. I think,
Okay.
I mean, I left the theater thinking kind of the opposite of you, Jason, who I'm pointing at. You guys can't see. And
Fish.
Sorry. Yeah.
We gotta be able to tell. The
You can
difference.
you can
People
either say
can't-
Jason F or Fish.
Yeah, either one works.
I prefer
Fish.
you call him Fish.
Anyway, I left there thinking I just hated it, and then the more I think about it, there's certain sequences I just really loved, and it really does build up at the end, and it's so fun, and you're like, fuck yeah!
Yeah.
You see Arnold. Okay, we did spoilers.
No, Arnold Schwarzenegger's in this
We
movie.
see Arnold, and it's badass.
It is
Yes,
badass.
but nothing in the last part of the movie makes any fucking sense if you have
Dude,
three.
honestly,
if
this
you
is-
have three brain cells to rub together.
See, come on. Now.
I
This
only
is
have
the last
two. It was
30
fun.
minutes- The last 30 minutes of this movie are where they go, here's the stuff that our Terminator fans really
Ooh.
wanted to see. And no, it didn't make sense in a sense of the
And I remember-
mythology of the series.
Well,
I agree.
I was
But-
talking to Leon and talking to Cyrus about this movie beforehand, and I brought up that I laughed out loud at several times in the movie that you shouldn't have laughed out loud. And one is the where he's up with the other Terminator and says, "I can't trust you, Terminator." Unlike the 3 to 4 Terminators that have saved my life in the fucking past. It's just like, really? You can't
I just don't
make that
understand
leap?
why you're still such a dick to robots at this point.
Yeah, come on.
It seems that at this point you would give them the benefit of the
Cheer
doubt
up.
before anybody.
I taught you how
Well-
to say hasta la vista, baby.
Well,
Come on.
maybe there's a fifth movie where the Terminator robots fuck him over.
What, in between these?
Yeah.
Let's hope not.
Oh, the timeline doesn't make any sense.
You guys realize
the
that
timeline makes no fucking sense.
You guys realize that the robots did enslave the human race.
Right.
Just to want to remind you
Yeah,
guys.
yes, but they only wanted to give us snack cakes.
Dude, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and then Helena Bonham Carter comes up and says, "Oh, we've tried to kill you like 15 or 16 times in the past." And it's like, wait a minute, this is happening like before the first Terminator went back and then what? Wait a minute. Is Skynet in the future and everybody else is in the past?
It does make you wonder.
Shut the fuck up.
It does make you wonder that, like, there's that point where, as a computer, a logical computer, they go, you know what? Like, by everything we can tell, there should be no reason we haven't done this. So clearly, maybe we should think about armistice at this point. I'm just saying.
Well,
This
just
isn't
that
working.
brought up a good point because I remember a friend like when I saw the movie Rosewood. And I was like, telling him how much I liked it. He was like, "Yeah, but they didn't show any of the good slave owners." And I was like, "Yeah, well, I don't remember Schindler's List showing any of the good
good
Nazis
Nazis.
either."
Well,
And he
no,
was like,
now you got
a
that's
good
the
point.
problem. I mean, they keep on having this idea of Skynet is
Schindler
like,
was a good
we've got to kill John Connor, we've got to kill Kyle Reese, and none of them are dedicating their minds to thinking like, maybe we should just release a great big poison cloud gas into the atmosphere to kill the fuck out
Well,
of
dude,
you.
at that point, you have to carry that logic train over to Batman.
apparently-
and to James
I
Bond.
Apparently,
I understand
Skynet.
that, but Batman doesn't hinge by that flimsy trail of
Apparently,
logic.
Skynet is an Atari 2600.
I'm going to have to take the initiative here, other than we didn't hear your rating.
Matinee.
Okay, and move on. We are officially done with
Wait,
Terminator.
well, we
no,
are-
no waits. We're done
Sarah
with Terminator.
Connor Chronicles.
No, we're done with
Yeah,
Terminator.
Tell
That was it.
I've
Terminator.
watched
so
the
is
last
Fox.
episodes.
Leon,
I've watched them.
Wait,
just
wait.
for
I'm gonna
this
say
episode.
we're done with it. And so is Fox.
I'll let you talk. I'll let you talk about it with me.
There you go. We got it.
Next movie,
We only,
Cyrus.
what? What did you say?
What's our next movie?
Well, we're gonna go up to. We're gonna go real briefly about Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell, just to mention that. Oh my God, it fucking rocks! You've got to go see this movie.
Okay,
have you
do
seen
not
it?
spoil this because
'Cause
I'm going to
the-
see it this week.
I'm
The
not going
trailer
to.
looks cheesy as shit.
Yes.
Is it really
All
that
right.
good?
Have you ever seen Evil Dead 2?
Hey, you know what? I saw a great trailer for
Wait,
Terminator.
answer the
That's-
fucking
Answer the
question.
question!
Did you ever see Evil Dead 2?
I did.
Did you ever see Army of Darkness? And you wondered if something went terribly wrong between those two movies.
I did.
Whereas Army of Darkness is, it's okay, but it's not the sequel you
Dude,
wanted.
let me
Evil
tell you this.
Dead
I
2.
loved Evil Dead
thought it
2
was
so
all right.
much.
It's
that-
all right.
that Army of Darkness opened on my birthday, and I got like a large group of friends saying like, "Oh, we
So
got to go
excited,
see this. It's going to
yeah.
be so awesome."
I did the same thing.
And in
Not
the
on
middle
your
of it, I
birthday.
turned around to all of them and apologized. Like, "I'm so sorry I dragged you guys
But
here."
you see, the same
You know
thing
what's
is-
best about Army of Darkness is solely Bruce Campbell's hair. I love his hair in
It
that
does
movie.
have the
I'm like,
better
And
I
his
wanna
eyebrows.
touch the hair.
It has the
So-
better one-liners in that movie.
It's
You can't
it's
beat
campy
that.
though. I mean, you go into it being campy as
But
hell.
okay, my point is,
And
that
I have some sorry news for you. Evil Dead 1 and 2, those are really campy too.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
but
like
no,
a different
this is,
kind of campy.
This is Three Stooges campy.
Yeah,
Army
it's-
of
it's just
Darkness.
whack
Evil
shit.
Dead 2 was horror
What's
movie campy.
what's his
It's
Drag
totally
Me to
different.
Hell line?
Imagine if he had gotten the money after Evil Dead 2 to do whatever he wanted, and he's like, you know what, I don't really want to go right back into Evil Dead, and, you know, I mean, I want to go where I end up going with that, but in the meantime, I want to make a movie, like, kind of inspired by that same universe, but different. And this feels thematically, and the way it's made, like the logical sequel to Evil Dead 2 in that sense. It's got that same sense of humor. It has that same level of gory, but not really gory, because it's just silly and like a cartoon, but not like a Three Stooges movie, you know?
So it's an 80s horror movie.
It's an 80s horror movie,
Right
and
on.
it fires on all levels.
Who's the main chick?
Oh, I can't. Yeah. thank
Oh,
you.
yeah,
Alyssa
yeah.
Loman.
Oh yeah.
Is it Alyssa? I thought it was Allison.
She's the girl from
Allison
Matchstick
Loman.
Alyssa
Men.
Loman. Yeah, yeah.
Matchstick Men girl.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Matchstick Man.
Cool.
That being said, quick round robin. What are your opinions?
no one's-
I'm excited to see it. That trailer looked bad, but everyone else is raving about it. That's my opinion.
I don't see horror movies, so it's okay.
Really? Leon?
I don't like horror movies, but I love the trailer for this, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I'm right there with Leon. I'm not a big horror movie fan, but it looks cool, and even though with the Evil Dead stuff, I was like, that's kind of cool, but I don't see this director going on and doing anything big. And then Spider-Man came around. So, fuck me, I'm wrong. Go see this movie.
Kayla is having a conniption.
I know,
It's
I was
awesome.
the same way. I was just like,
Me and Bo.
Raimi is the future of all films.
Yeah.
The words going through my head as I sat in the theater watching Evil Dead 2 for the first time.
Greg, Leon, Bo, fuck you. You're wrong. You're out of your goddamn monkey mind.
I just said I'm not into it. I'm sure it's good. I'm just not into
God,
it.
who gave him a fucking microphone? Cyrus!
I'm probably not gonna
No.
live much longer after.
Fish,
this,
shut up!
I fell asleep in horror
Jason,
movies.
encapsulate.
Oh. So have you seen it? Have you seen it?
You know what
Jason, or
movie
no?
I've fallen asleep
It's
in
Sam
4
Raimi
times?
directing a horror movie. Of course I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it opening day. I
He's
can't
going to
wait.
see it with no pants.
Oh.
I'm going to see it with no pants. I'm going to be sitting in a waiting pool full of KY jelly and being like, that's okay. I forgive you for Spider-Man 3 and the emo dance
We're
scene,
going to
even
give
though
you
I like
a
Spider-Man
video
3.
cast of this.
Can I change my rating
To, oh my God, please let me out of
to
the
I do want to see this movie, but not when Jason does.
And watch out, he might see it like that in the D-box seat.
You know what? I'm one of those. I'm one of those horror
special
fans.
anal attachment.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! I'm one of those horror
And
fans.
then one of the Hellblazers ripped out my colon through my anus. It was awesome.
That's
It's a Cenobite,
nasty.
buddy. Anyway, no, there are a lot of horror fans out there. Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead 2. No, I'm a fan of Evil Dead 1 because it's a little bit more fucked up and scary. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to this and Raimi getting back to actual, real, genuine horror that is not Darkman or Army of Darkness or Evil Dead 2 or Maniac Cop or whatever. So, no, I love those things. Kayla,
God, shut up
Kayla.
and let Kayla talk, or
Please,
she'll
let
explode.
Kayla talk.
Kayla's having a damn conniption. Go.
It's hard for me to speak because the words don't come out. I love all these things, and it's very strange for me to be in this room with these people often because
These people. Wait,
These
you're talking to me?
people.
You and me, Greg?
Because some of us are
These
occasionally
people.
sensible when it comes to the shit.
And some of
I
us
can't
are
be in the room with-
occasionally black.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
These people.
no, because I don't know. It's like in Austin when you hang out with movie lovers, it's like you can just expect certain things to be true. Like everyone loves everything Evil Dead. Everybody loves John Landis and things like that. And then I talk and they're like, "You like that movie?" And I'm just hearing things and I'm like, "This exists. This world exists." So yeah, you can't see it, but I'm kind of convulsing and like pain every time.
And we're
I
so
hear
glad
something
we
that-
can.
Yes.
You know what? John Landis directed Blues Brothers 2000. Okay.
Yes, he did.
And Into
but he
the
did
Night.
Blues. But he did Blues Brothers.
I love Into the Night.
Into the Night.
He's-
Into the
hey,
Night, Greg.
he had-
to me, Into the Night is so much better than After Hours.
Hey,
Oh,
you know.
You see Blues.
Wait a
I
second.
love
You have to give.
Blues
You
Brothers
have to
2000.
give John Landis a pass because of the whole.
Trading
the whole,
Places?
No, not the whole Trading Places thing. The whole.
American Werewolf in London?
No, the movie he got sued for where the people died in with Vic.
Oh, Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone.
After
yeah.
that, he hasn't been the same.
I just want to say that
Yeah,
Kate.
there's Vic Damone.
Oh,
Vic Damone is Vic Morrow, man. It's Vic Morrow.
Oh, yeah,
Not Vic
yeah,
Morrow.
Vic Morrow.
Vic Damone. But
Yeah,
yeah.
but Vic Damone sounds more fun.
Or Jennifer Jason
Because we
Leigh's dad.
have to keep going. There's so many
Yeah,
movies to
exactly,
cover
go.
here.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have any last thing on Drag Me to Hell?
If someone invited me to it while they went and saw it, I would
Ooh,
actually
look
be
at
interested
that.
in it
I
now.
see.
That's an offer.
She's
That's an
laying
offer.
that shit on the table.
Yeah, motherfucker.
I'm tired of watching movies by my fucking self.
As she hikes her skirt up. Go ahead. Simon.
You'll get
Timmy.
Kristen. You'll get my phone number after this is over.
Okay.
Done and done. Go.
Okay, I'm honestly thinking about skipping up just because we did a review. We're gonna have a second review up for it. And
Right.
Obviously, it's a Pixar movie.
Dude, just
and
go to
if-
June.
If you're not excited about this,
Amazing.
seriously, what the hell is
Amazing.
wrong with you?
Yeah.
It's a Pixar movie. You should be excited as hell about it. They're the best animation
And
company
you know what?
in the
And
world.
it's Ed Asner, bitches. Come
Everything
on.
I've read about Up says like it's very different than the trailers show it to be.
No, I agree. And everything I've heard about it is like, okay, this keeps taking you by surprise, which is what I wanted to hear. But that being
Pete
said,
Doctor's a genius, by the way.
Yes. Let's move on to the next thing, which is the movie that is probably one of the scariest things for me this year. Like, oh God, it's almost certainly going to be bad, but I'm holding out for that tiny little chance that maybe it's not, which is Land of the Lost.
Oh no.
Oh.
Cyrus, now you and I saw like a really extended trailer because we went and saw, we paid and went and saw
It Will Be
Night at the
Bad.
Museum 2.
Wow, you paid for that?
Well, we get reimbursed.
Yeah, we get reimbursed. So
You should get paid just to
I'm
go.
sorry. Quote
get
marks. We
reimbursed
quote,
with a punch in
unquote,
the
paid
balls.
for it.
Yeah.
And it's not as bad as you might think, although I still didn't like it. However, there was a long trailer for Land of the Lost. And while I was still holding out hope for it, even though like I don't like most of Will Ferrell's movies, and I was never a big fan of Land of the Lost. To me, it was just like, okay, it's a live action show that comes on at 11 o'clock. Like that and Fat Albert were the two shows that boarded before the cartoons ended and the adult shows
And
began.
Soul Train
Well, okay,
began.
yeah.
That's so true.
Which was a total jip because they had an animated intro and then there was just
Peace.
people dancing.
Fuckers.
Yeah, but there was always that hot
Sorry.
Mexican girl who looked Chinese.
Oh no, I love
Wow.
Cornelius.
So before we get too deep
And-
into Leon,
And sometimes you get hot fudge at
Oh,
12:05.
And that is his opinion. of it.
Anyway, that said, even though I was a kid when Land of the Lost was on, I recognize it as a bad show.
Sure.
I've never understood
I
why there's
disagree
so much
completely.
love for it.
With really good ideas, though, just executed poorly.
When I watched it later, I was like, okay, these were some good ideas
Like
going on.
Star Trek.
there, as I said earlier, when we
No,
were talking,
not like Star
Yeah,
Trek. Grant.
as we were talking about Terminator, I said, "Hey, you got to have good character, good plots, and good special effects." And Land of the Lost actually had two of those, but it was combined with really bad actors. I mean, some of the people that wrote the Larry Niven,
Theodore Sturgeon, yeah.
Theodore Sturgeon, all the like big sci-fi authors that wrote for Star
Pretty
Trek,
much the exact same
wrote
people
for Land of the
Star Trek.
Lost.
And even today, Harlan
And
Ellison is
if
like,
you-
my
if-
episode was the best,
Yeah.
and they
Then you
totally
guys apologize
raped
to
it.
Grant.
Why?
Because he just compared it to Star Trek.
No, only in the sense of the writing.
Booyah!
He compared it to the
No, because
execution of Star Trek
and
being
here's
poor.
why.
And he was wrong.
Because
you will
for the
apologize.
time, Star Trek
happening.
had great special effects.
Yes,
I mean,
the
it had
execution
very
was-
big budget
The
special
execution
effects.
was as
Yeah.
good, as better than science fiction had ever been done
for
at that
TV in
point.
the '60s. That was a shit, and I mean, even up until when I watched it as a kid in the
Clearly,
fucking, like,
Leon
early
has
80s, it
not
was so
watched
great.
the extras on the
Yeah,
Star Trek
I-
TV show.
That being said,
yes, I have.
Land of the Lost had it had some real potential ideas as making like a cool movie, and what they have chosen to do is make it into a comedy. That being said, I'm like, okay, well, at least they got some good people. They got Will Ferrell. They got what's his face?
Danny
Kenny-
McBride.
Oh, Danny McBride.
Kenny fucking Powers is in the movie.
Kenny fucking
Powers
Yeah,
is in the movie.
he was really hilarious.
Fucking
I will say, like, before today, I didn't know that Danny McBride was going to be in the
Yeah,
movie.
there-
And seeing that's the one thing where I'm going
Kenny
like, okay,
fucking Powers.
I'm
And
there.
I'm willing,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they can make it funny, I'm willing for them to go in there
But you haven't seen the new trailer.
and tear it the fuck up. But I have not seen the new trailer, and the stuff that I have seen has all been like, I mean, they don't do any fart jokes, but they might as well have been doing.
All right,
it.
this is the summer of lead actors in films doing nothing but screaming.
Yeah.
There's Wolverine, there's Terminator, and there's this.
And
'Cause
sadly
the
enough,
whole
yeah,
trailer
it's Will
is
Ferrell.
Will Ferrell
Ah,
screaming.
I'm being chased by a tyrannosaur. I'm being eaten by bugs. Ooh, the caveman touched me. Ah!
That's exactly.
I
what it
really
is.
And
thought
the
that was
character-
going to work.
The character that he's playing, like in the original series, was like a park ranger who was like, he was thrilled to be there to an extent of like, wow, as a scientific opportunity, this is really cool. And he was a together guy, and he was trying to protect his family. This is Will Ferrell and like some fat guy he hired to paddle the boat, and some chick. And there's
Anna
no
Friel, though.
yeah,
Pushing
but there's
daisies.
no family ties. There's nothing of that.
But it's directed by the guy who did Casper.
Well,
there you go.
My God,
I would look for something
anybody
better, but-
anybody that can handle the depth of a fucking Harvey Comics production can handle the depth of a Larry Niven script.
One thing I would like to point out that clearly Will Ferrell has been trying to get this made for a while, because if you go back and look at Jay and Silent Bob
Oh,
Strike
yeah,
Back,
yeah.
he plays the character Marshall Willenholly.
No, since '95, this has been in pre-production.
Yeah.
Are we really gonna put this much time into
No,
this
we're not.
movie?
We're gonna
'Cause
move
it's
on.
not-
We're gonna move
It's
on.
going to suck, boys and girls. There
Thank
go.
you, Grant. I'm
Yeah.
not convinced it's gonna suck, but I'm
could.
three-quarters of
It's
the
got
way
Danny
there.
McBride. It's got Anna Friel, maybe, but
I'm
otherwise,
three-quarters
no.
of the way there.
It's
on
destined
this.
for
It's gonna
failure.
suck. Okay. So we've talked about that. I think. Hold on, I gotta actually scan here and find the next thing worth actually talking about. I don't really. None of us really know that much about Tetro, which is the Francis Ford Coppola film with Vincent Gallo.
I know a little bit.
That's where they line the shapes
Vincent
up as
Gallo?
they fall into place.
Wait,
No,
Vincent
it
Gallo?
is not
Chris.
Tetris. You fucking asshole.
I fucking hate Vincent Gallo.
No, well,
Well, in fact, he's addressed that, saying this is the movie that will change your mind.
this
about
is
Vincent
Francis
Gallo.
Ford.
Okay.
He's flat out said that in press.
He is one of the biggest dicks I've
No,
ever
no,
met
no.
in my
You know what?
life.
He absolutely is.
He is
and
a
yet,
dick.
I still, despite.
Yeah,
It's
who
like it's one of
cares?
these things where if people hate it, I cannot fight them on it. But I really did like the Brown Bunny.
Oh my god!
I never saw it. But
I
liked Buffalo
what-
66.
it was a movie that I thought sucked. I was falling asleep in it, and then it was one of those movies. In the last 30 minutes, it totally won me over, and I loved it.
Well, so it's
During
like
the
Terminator
blowjob.
Salvation.
During the
Um,
blowjob.
Look,
No, the blowjob was like too much.
here's what it comes down to. This is the first like art fucking movie that Francis Ford Coppola has made in years. I mean, this is him actually going out and doing something that like from any other director would be like a small little indie movie, and he's putting his heart and soul into it. And apparently, a lot of this is taken from his own life. I'm really looking forward to this. I saw the trailer and I was just like, wow, this looks like, a Woody Allen at his best art flick. This is something that can really maybe move me and take me to a new point.
I mean, it's not like this is some director who's had like one hit. This is
Exactly.
Francis
Yeah,
Ford
this is the
Coppola.
guy who directed the motherfucking Godfather. Guys.
I would say just for that.
If he had directed, if this was Land of the Lost and it was Francis Ford Coppola, I would have gone the other way just because it was Coppola and said, you know what? Not every movie the guy has done is great, but for Christ's
But you
sake,
know, there's
most
also-
of
come on.
them
Well,
were.
there's
he
a certain
directed The
level.
Godfather and
Godfather
Jack.
Like I said, not every movie was great, but
Wow,
most of them were.
So what?
What
Yeah,
That is.
You have
a problem with Jack?
that's like saying, that Michelangelo guy once did a really bad painting just for money.
Hey,
Yeah.
Elvis.
You know,
did that.
fuck that
Michelangelo
guy.
actually
No,
did
that
do a
guy's a
painting of
dick.
Jack.
There's a really bad painting, and then there's Jack.
Oh, come on.
I feel like almost picked on because it's like every movie I'm such a baby. I'm like, but Jack was cute.
Wait, you like Jack?
You have to understand, we are the snobbiest bunch of jerks in the world.
No, we're not.
Bunch of pretentious bricks.
No, there's some
I'm
crappy
seriously
movies we
turning
all
red
like.
because I'm like,
No,
so,
there's
like,
some crappy movies we all like.
Yeah,
Kayla likes movies with little kids, and Jack is a movie about a little kid.
Kayla, this is
Yeah,
the
dressed
League
as
of
Robin
Extremely
Williams as a hairy
Pretentious
man.
Gentlemen. Did you not get that?
That's true.
I never saw it.
Most small children do not have the same amount of hair on their body as like a male orangutan, but it was still a movie about a kid.
Okay, we're gonna move on and go taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3. Tony Scott, if Carlisle was here, he would say it's gonna be good. Period. 'cause
I don't know.
Yeah, because Tony Scott is a total fucking auteur, dude.
he is
I-
never
He
done
he
wrong.
did Top Gun.
See, you
Oh
see-
wait, Top Gun.
No,
Sucked ass.
I like
it-
Ridley, not Tony.
Yeah, I mean that's
well,
the
I
thing.
think that's how most people feel.
Yeah, I think most people
except
get
when it's
confused.
Monopoly.
I'm
When
actually,
it's Monopoly.
I'm actually generally a fan of Tony Scott, but I really don't give a damn about
you know what-
taking of Pelham.
I
You
don't
know what I
hate Tony
think.
Scott.
I'm hoping. I was looking at it, hoping that like when I first saw the trailers for Inside Man, I'm thinking this movie can't be that good. And then I really liked Inside Man with Denzel. Now I saw this, and I'm thinking a fat Denzel and a fat John Travolta
Yeah.
in a subway on a remake of a movie.
And really, do you want to take away like one of the best one of the only dramatic roles that Walter Matthau ever did in his life?
Yeah.
That's
well,
just
other than
that is fucking mean.
I was gonna
dude.
say Hopscotch, but I guess that's comedy.
Ooh,
Good movie though. I love
Hopscotch is a
Hopscotch.
good movie, but it's still comedic. in
Yeah,
its own
yeah.
way.
No, you're right. And the original film, I was just talking to Corey about this recently. He said it's one of his favorite movies, which surprised me. I never would have guessed that. He's saying, you know what, this movie. It's really about character development. It's about
Yeah.
slowly realizing what's going on.
Which is
between
what
these
Tony
people.
Scott is best at. You must
I was
admit.
gonna say the trailer is just like looks like it has like the first 10 minutes are character development and the rest is shit blowing up.
You know,
I just hope
Tony
that-
Scott actually directed one of my favorite movies of the last 10 years, Man on Fire.
Man on
yeah.
Fire is amazing.
yeah, I love Man. on
Don't
Fire.
get me wrong.
but-
And
It-
that is granted, but all I really hope for is that there's a really amazing like half-naked volleyball scene in the subway played between the
Val Kilmer?
Val Kilmer and Tom Cruise
Yeah.
and Anthony Edwards with
Man and Slider. Yeah.
Slider. How gay is that scene? Guy named Slider.
I don't want to use that term as a pejorative, but yeah, they might as well have called one of the pilots Fister.
Yeah.
Because that particular that volleyball scene is game porn.
Val Kilmer.
Well, if you pay attention in the credits, one of the pilots is named Leatherboy.
I mean,
it is the gayest movie since The Outsiders.
It really is.
It's the gayest movie since The
man,
Crying
you just-
Game.
Leon, you just blew my mind because I mean, it's like Jason and I were talking about earlier about when you just come to grips with something that's totally obvious and you just get it. Like I love The Outsiders, and you just said
It's
that.
total gay porn.
Right? It is, and I've seen it 8 billion times, and now that was like the first time I really
Make
like,
it with some
made
Jergens.
that.
We knew.
Pony boy.
We
Exactly,
knew,
Pony
Greg.
boy.
We knew.
I know, but
when you
it's
walked
just
in
weird.
carrying that bass with a long neck, we knew.
Like Goose, Iceman, Leather Daddy, and Fister.
Pony boy.
Have you ever seen that take on it, the re-edited take of Top Gun that floats around the net sometimes? It just takes all the gay parts out of it. We're just
With
like,
Kelly McGillis.
Oh God, I can't believe I didn't see this when I was 13.
I mean, how awkward are love scenes between Kelly McGillis and Tom Cruise?
Oh,
Take
especially
my
now.
breath away.
My point.
Dude looks like a lady.
Yeah, guess who's on top on that
Yeah,
one?
exactly.
Well, I feel bad for Tom Cruise because like the last woman who really went on about him was Rosie O'Donnell before she came out. Like she went every episode like about how she was in love with Tom Cruise.
Rosie
It's like,
O'Donnell and Kelly
okay.
McGillis, both of whom big lesbians.
Oh, wow.
I'm starting to think all the women he's hanging out with. I mean, are there some pictures somewhere of his current lady like chowing down on clam? What's the deal? Is that what's happening next?
Chowing down on
Chowing
clam?
down on
That's really what
clam.
you want to go out on the air?
What's wrong with that? That's politically correct, right?
Kristen, what's wrong with that?
I do think that is the politically correct way to say it.
Chowing down doesn't sound pleasurable to me.
Don't you mean munching on fur burgers, Cyrus? Isn't
Thank
that what you meant to
That
say?
is what I meant. That is what I meant. Thank you. No, I meant.
You know, I expect that from
I'm
Jason.
going to jump into that
But
hole
you-
with you.
No. You're right. I actually know that's not even what I meant. Upsetting the water around the little man and the canoe is what I was going for. But anyway,
I don't even know where he went there.
Now you're just making me uncomfortable.
I'm just making shit up as I go
Where's
along.
Mary?
What I meant
Jesus.
was taking the Muppet and pulling its hair.
Okay,
You
no,
mean
no, no,
cunnilingus,
no.
my friend, cunnilingus.
I don't know.
We've
What's the
only
next
got a certain amount of hot water in the heater in this household.
Year one. Who isn't shocked and ready to just bleach their eyes before they even see the
I
film?
want to see
Well,
it.
what? No.
I love Jack
What
Black.
are you
I don't
talking
care.
about?
I love him.
Finally, a movie comes around. Like, this is the first movie in 5 years where people aren't asking Jack Black to act like Jack Black.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait.
Yes, they are.
And Michael Cera to act like the
God.
bumbling, awkward... never mind. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
You know, the only
it's
thing
George
I-
Michael and Jack Black? Come on, it's perfect.
You know
and
what,
it's
dude?
directed by Harold Ramis.
If it was
What
actually
do you
the
guys
real
mean?
George Michael, I might be more excited
That would
about
be
it.
more
The only thing
gotta
about
have
this is
faith.
It's the same thing.
I gotta have faith.
I can't help but think, Michael Cera, can you imagine hanging out with that guy and he'd be like, hey guys, I do a great Jack Nicholson impression. Are you ready?
She
Hi,
calls
hi,
it a mayonnaise.
Hi, I'm Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, you guys can't handle the
the
truth.
only thing about this movie that is like making me go, all right, maybe I want to see this. Is like in the trailer, you see like Paul Rudd and David Cross playing Cain and Abel. That's fucking awesome.
Okay, that's good.
It is, yeah. When he gets the punch and he's like, "That's how we do it, baby. Come on."
It's a drinking movie, I think.
Yeah,
I will have fun if I'm drunk during this.
I think that is definitely an Alamo Drafthouse
Alamo
movie.
Drafthouse.
And that is definitely a bucket of beer
Buckets.
movie. And that is a bucket of beer for me, not just my
Individual
guys.
buckets.
Individual buckets of beer for all around.
I concur.
It just seems like it's written for.
I know who I will see this with.
It's written. It's written for that ilk of hipster comedians who think like, oh, I don't have to do the big movies. We'll do this and it'll be fun.
I mean,
cool.
it is directed
Why
by
cool?
Harold Ramis.
Coming from all you guys who love Juno, whatever.
I didn't love.
I
Juno.
think it
hated
looks
Juno.
good.
I
I
actually didn't
hated
like
Juno.
Juno.
I hated
I didn't hate it, but
You
I
loved
wasn't that
it?
crazy.
No,
about it.
This isn't
I
summer
hated
movie back view. This is summer movie
Yeah, the
preview.
movie's
And
the
fuck
best.
you guys, Juno rules. Anyway, the next movie
Moving
we're
along.
talking about.
I
I'm excited
totally
about
wanted
your
to
one,
do that
Paul.
pregnant
That's like-
chick. What the fuck are you
That's
talking
like
about?
Bristol Palin or something, man. I mean,
No, it's not.
All right, I know the movie that y'all are looking forward to most this year because we've already seen. Come on, Star Trek, the biggest
Ooh,
movie.
Julie and Julia.
No, that's not it. It would definitely be Transformers.
That's the movie I'm
Oh,
looking
I
for.
knew
It.
it. Fallen.
Okay, look,
that was sarcasm.
you just want to see Megan Fox on screen again. That's all.
Let's be honest. Like, no, you're right.
Okay,
Right.
no,
Like,
I'm
like
serious.
from Transformers
I'm gonna see
1,
the
the best
screening.
scene is the Megan Fox leaning over the engine.
Exactly.
No, wait.
And they've
the best scene
repeated
is
that.
when they're by the house and they're peeking over.
What now? What did you say,
Actually,
Caleb?
Yeah,
no,
okay,
you
that
know
was
what?
cute too. That
No,
was good.
my favorite scene actually of that is the Bernie Mac scene selling the car. Seriously, especially like right after.
Well,
he
Cyrus
died.
doesn't like Bernie Mac for some
No,
reason.
I like Bernie Mac. I
If
hate
only
him
that
in
guy
that
would
movie.
die.
Oh, shut
Wow.
up!
Shut up.
Hey, whoa!
Come on.
Cyrus loves dead black men. Shut the fuck
I love almost all of them.
Almost all.
Until Stevie
Richard
Wonder dies, I can
Pryor.
say pretty much the whole row.
Richard Pryor.
When Stevie Wonder walks off this mortal coil, you will have a fan.
Hell, I actually kept my copy of Soul Men because I liked it. I was embarrassed about it, but I was like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I like this movie.
No, I had to say it. Like going to see the Terminator Salvation, the Terminator Salvation. What am I, like 50 years old? When I got
I saw the Terminator.
to go see the Terminator Salvation. Sorry, but I saw the I saw the Transformers trailer, and I was like, wow, this actually looks like it might be good. You know, they're adding plot.
Yeah.
They're adding some character stuff. And then and everything was kind of clicking with me, and then like
John
they
Turturro
made that
showed up?
mistake of showing like the end credits where it was like directed by Michael Bay, and then I was never mind. What was I fucking thinking? This is gonna be a big piece of shit.
It's just a bunch of incomprehensible gnarls of metal crashing against each other, and
Yes,
Shia
thank
LaBeouf
you.
going, no.
It's
Shy, my planet talks like Orson Welles.
It's Shia
It's
LaBeouf
got to be important.
That's Shia LaBeouf
that was
being
the original
incredibly
Optimus voice.
Yes, it
Shia
was.
LaBeouf being
No, that's the
incredibly
Optimus voice. That's the
irritating,
original-
like
no, the planet
incredibly
voice. That's
irritating, and then scenes that look like they just did an extreme close up of a car
I hated
crusher.
that.
It was just like I can't tell what the fuck is going on.
Michael
People
Bay,
were like,
pull
but weren't
back.
those robot fighting scenes incredible? I was like, no,
No,
they
they
weren't.
weren't.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah,
what the fuck was happening.
I mean, one thing when
It
they
was
when
Black
they
Hawk Down
transformed,
with
I couldn't
robots.
tell what was going on. But when the two of them fought, I could not. Like, who's the
Because-
good guy? Who's the bad guy? in
Because
this?
it was pull the camera back just a little bit. It doesn't need to be.
It was a bunch of scrapped cars smashing up against each other repeatedly.
Yeah.
And you
Okay,
couldn't
I
tell
agree.
who was the
I
good
agree
guy
with you
and who was
guys.
the bad guy.
It kind of sucks, the movie, but there is I think a nostalgia glow that I appreciate about it. That because I grew up watching the.
I
You know
watched
what?
them
I've
too.
got some
I
serious
watched them too.
Transformers nostalgia, and that just pissed all over it like Bumblebee pissed on John Turturro. Okay?
Exactly.
And when John Turturro showed up, I was like, you know what? Fuck this movie
7.
and fuck the Jesus.
Never
I
heard
think,
it.
I
Never
think
will.
Jason makes
But
the best
you're,
point. It's okay to be a Transformers fan and go, you know what? I love the Transformers. I'm not one of those guys, but Jason
like
is.
Tran- I
And it's
love
okay to
Transformers,
say,
too.
you know what? I love this is a great idea and hate the movie. You know what? Go back. If you're one of those people who really think this is a good movie, look, just go back, calm down.
No, go
Separate
watch
yourself from your fandom for a second in your head and just try and watch it as a movie, and you'll go, oh, it's shit.
That is one
No,
of the.
I recognize
Watch
that.
the
It's-
original
the
animated
movie,
Transformers
which is
movie.
great. Which is great.
And
But to say
you
it's just too
will see some
bad-
Shakespearean dialogue that you have never fucking
And the
seen
last
before.
performance by Orson Welles.
And the last performance by Orson Welles.
Yes.
But I gotta tell you,
who
in the-
was admittedly the most discriminating actor on the face of the planet.
Yes. Martini and Rossi. Or
And
whatever.
I would just like to say
No wine
something
before
about
sun.
delicatessens
Okay.
green peas.
But
They're
to be-
full of yummy green penis.
But to be
oh,
fair, that's just not in your and my fandom.
The
and
initial-
generally speaking, the Transformers animated film is pretty highly
No, it
regarded.
is. Yeah, it is awesome.
The initial fight in the Transformers film between Optimus Prime and Megatron was fucking awesome. And then after that, the movie.
No,
kinda
except
goes
when they're
down.
like
the
one
problem is
will
Megatron didn't
stand
look
and
like
one will
Megatron.
fall. I mean, come on.
Kayla? You're dying over here. She's like, will you please let me say this?
No, I don't necessarily need to talk. I mostly need to let them know that I'm opposite from them.
The voice of dissension.
You're wrong.
I don't know. I hated the animated stuff. I thought the animated movies was awful.
Awesome.
Whoa.
Well, I guess the pretty girl is gonna get some angry messages on Spill Free
Let her
Cheese.
say her piece.
No,
Come on.
I mean,
it's
didn't
interesting.
it kind of kill off all the best characters right away in the animated one? So,
But then they came back after the movie they did the.
I never
after the
watched it
movie,
because I'm not a fan.
So,
I liked it, but
you can do. I mean, like I said, I'm opposite. So, I don't know. I'm excited about the new one, except for the mouse. Cars
mouse?
don't need mouths.
Yeah, hi. I'm gonna be a character in the new Transformers movie.
Our friend Lisa
ahead.
has something else she'd like
Yes.
to add.
I think Optimus Prime has a super sexy voice, and the movie was total eye candy. I loved it. Jason, sorry.
No, Jason.
His name is actually Jason.
I know you get
Or
confused.
if it makes you feel more comfortable, Prick.
Oh, we were thinking about going with douchebagus.
Not that I'm not actually Leon.
Anyway, I mean, I know a lot of people don't like it, and it's not like a great movie, but it was eye candy, and I can't see. I need glasses, but I could still I thought I could see what was going on. And there's so many times I see action movies like in Terminator, and I was just like, if I could back up, I could see what's going on in Terminator Salvation, but I could see what was going on. I thought it was fun. And Optimus Prime's voice, if they could make a vibrator with his voice coming out of it, hell yes.
Wow, Jason, I think you have a
Are
job.
you Sam?
Honey,
Are
what's
you
this?
Sam
What's
Witwicky?
this semi truck doing in your
Yeah,
door?
and I say, are you Sam Witwicky?
Dude, if she gets a vibrator and a Pez dispenser, you got to move out.
All right, but one last thing before we go off Transform.
Lisa,
So-
roll out.
I was sitting next to Carlisle during the screening for this, or not screening. I'm sorry, the preview for this, and right before it was Funny Games, a movie we'll talk about in a minute, which is the new Judd Apatow.
Funny people.
Funny People. I'm sorry.
Funny
Only-
Games,
yes,
very
Funny Games,
different.
very different. But I think the third movie that he's actually written and directed.
It
if
looks
I'm not
really
mistaken.
funny
and
to
it
me.
looks hysterical. But Carlisle often disagrees with the rest of us on humor.
Really?
Well, he hates Seinfeld. What does that tell you?
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm not here to pick on him. I'm just saying that he liked Transformers a lot, and we give him shit about that. He doesn't like Judd Apatow. We give him shit about that. And we sit there and watch those two trailers, and he turns.
So
to
we
me
will
and goes,
point out how he's an
he
idiot, but we
turns-
won't
no,
actually
no.
say
he
it.
turns out to me. Well, I'm saying he's growing up because he turned up to me and goes, "Hey, man, I'm feeling a little weird because I thought that Funny Games or Funny People trailer looked hysterical and Transformers 2 looked fucked up and terrible. What do you think?"
Oh, okay,
And
well,
I was
good.
like, "I think that you're growing up, and good for you.
Good.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Good for you. Oh, good for you.
You finally saw the obvious. It's been hanging in front of you." But I
He
want,
and I are done professionally, man.
we're going to talk about Public Enemies by Michael Mann. Really?
I don't know.
I
love
per-
Michael
yeah,
Mann.
personally,
no,
I don't like Michael Mann as a director. He
Boresville.
loves to direct movies with a bunch of tough guys doing their tough guy talk like this, and not much else. I don't get a lot of emotion out of his movies. And this whole Public Enemies thing. I mean, I am so sick of Johnny Depp. I can't even speak about it. It's like he's in everything.
Did you guys see that trailer which showed the entire 4-hour movie in it? And it's a 8-minute trailer. That was so ridiculous. I was like,
And-
yeah, okay, I get every single point of the movie, and I don't want to see it anymore because you just completely ruined it. And it looks like it's going to be so damn long, like Blow or some other Johnny Depp bullshit that's just goes
Hey man,
on
Blow
forever.
is a
I'm
good
like,
movie.
just end movie.
I was with you till you did disparage Blow.
I just
Blow
hope
just
Christian
was too
Bale.
long. It was fun,
Again,
but it was
Christian
too
Bale
long.
is like in every other movie now.
I just
too.
hope Christian Bale doesn't play some hard ass because he's like, oh, I've got a voice for that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's Johnny my Depp. only thing. It's just like,
John Dillinger.
please don't use the raspy
We're
thing.
going
All
after
right,
John
Johnny Depp.
Dillinger.
Doing that.
John
Come on.
Dillinger.
It's for the future.
John Dillinger.
Just like,
We're
can
after
we
you.
please have him play Pretty Boy Floyd because he is pretty? Come on, have him be the happy-go-lucky guy.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of Michael Mann.
am I.
I've liked most of his films. I even thought Miami Vice wasn't totally awful, only because he was attached. Terrible script.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It looked
script.
cool.
But
The
the
movie
original,
looked cool.
It
did look cool.
You
Very
got to
cool.
give it up. The original series, like
Was it-
when he was
was
involved,
That's
directed
not the
by
only
Michael Mann.
Michael Mann thing I like is the original Miami Vice series.
See,
No,
I,
wait, wait,
I
wait.
think Heat
Wait, what
is
was
one
his
of
first?
the great
What was his
movies.
first movie?
Yeah, no,
Heat is
I
awesome.
absolutely agree.
But
I
what
think
was
that
his
Heat was
first
one of
movie
the
with
best action
Manhunter?
I love that movie.
Yeah, Manhunter.
Love that
And I think I don't care
Absolutely.
what anybody says. Manhunter's much better than Red Dragon, the remake.
Yes.
Oh, fuck yes.
Much
Fuck yeah.
better.
And
I-
Heat is just.
I really
Except
like
the
Michael
ending.
Mann. I don't agree. I think the ending's fantastic.
I like the ending. I mean, I will certainly understand people that are like, dude, Anthony Hopkins is a much better, serial killer than Brian Cox. Okay, fine. I'll go with you with that. But if you look at that movie pure on, that's a great fucking movie.
Yeah, it's
And
at the same
everybody in
time
it
you're
is
like,
great.
yeah, but Anthony Hopkins in Hannibal, not as good a serial
Oh yeah,
killer as
absolutely.
he is in there. I mean,
And really, if you want to get serious, in Red Dragon.
yeah,
Not
no,
at all.
I mean the
Yeah.
thing is that people in their mind are still making the comparison between Anthony Hopkins and Silence of the Lambs, and you can't do that.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Not what we're talking
You really
about.
can't, and still be fair to any calibration of the movies.
And I appreciate. You're right. This could be terrible. Grant, you're right. They give away too much in the movie. Leon, you're right. I'm getting kind of sick of seeing Johnny Depp and stuff too. He's overplayed. At the same time, I still think he's a hell of a good actor, and he's got a lot of range. My biggest complaint with this trailer is that why are they filming it in that weird HD video
Yeah, what's that
style? It just is like you're watching it and you're going, wow, this looks like somebody's home video kind of.
Well, how long is the movie supposed to be? Do you know?
Nobody
'Cause
knows.
It looks like it's
It-
supposed to be so long.
It probably will go 2 hours, but if you want to be fair, if you look at John Dillinger, Johnny Depp is a guy who can play him. There's no question about that.
If
They
it's Lord of
do
the
look very
Rings,
similar.
I'm on board for a 3-hour movie. If it's this, no.
Well, you don't know that yet. Though.
Maybe,
It might
maybe,
be
maybe.
that great.
I disagree with you totally because
Dark Knight,
there's
Dark
been
Knight
one.
was long, and I love
There's been one trailer. I don't think it's fair to judge.
As Leon always says, what's the words?
Trailers lie.
Trailers do lie. That's a fact.
Absolutely, they do.
Now,
But that's all I have to go
hey,
on.
we got a couple of broads here. Let's ask them what they think.
Well, a couple of broads.
Is that appropriate?
A couple of broads.
Broads. Is
What
that
about
appropriate?
dames?
Is broads not good?
I have
Come on, skirts and trails.
Birds. Can we call them birds?
Fish
How about
refers to
sexy
be
ladies?
fish refers to be
works for me.
referred to as bitch
How about-
or
how about
bitches in the
How about we
plural.
actually get their opinion?
And how about
I'll
women
shut
you'll
the
never
hell up
touch?
for a
How about
second.
the
that?
sexy ladies. What do you guys think?
I haven't seen a
Sexy
trailer for
lady.
this yet. All I've seen is the Wikipedia article and the poster. That's it. So I don't know much about it. I will say I'm kind of partial to anything Johnny Depp does because I just think he's hot as hell. Yeah, it's true. But that aside, if it's not a good movie, it doesn't really matter how hot he is because I'm not enjoying the
That's
movie.
true. That whole astronaut's husband bullshit he did. Nobody went to go see that.
I don't know what you're saying.
Oh, what was that one?
Yeah, that's right. No one knows what.
Yeah, I don't know what it
because
is.
No
no
one
one
knows,
went to
and
see
no
it.
one should know.
Oh, you mean with Charlize Theron? Astronaut's
Yeah.
Wife? That was an excellent.
I thought that had Kevin Bacon.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Really?
I was like, that's not
It
Johnny
might
Depp,
as
that's
well
Kevin
be.
Bacon.
Hey, I'm with Grant on that.
Oh, that Nick of
Charlize
Time.
Theron. Wow.
That's not enough.
What
Don't
about
be
Nick-
one of those guys.
What about Nick of Time? That
Don't
movie
be
you did
one
with
of
Nick
those
Time.
guys.
Okay.
Don't be
Nick
that
and
guy.
Time's not that good either.
I know. I know.
It's interesting.
And I never saw The Ninth Gate, which when
See-
it came out, everyone was like, no, that movie's total shit. You don't want to see it. But now, people are like, what are you talking about? That movie's great. I'm like, really? I never
People
saw
forget
it.
that
That's
Johnny
kind of a
Depp
cult
did a
thing.
whole string of really terrible movies.
Secret Window?
Oh, yeah.
21 Jump
Actually,
Street.
Secret Window is good until
I don't
like
know,
the
I just
last
never see
15 minutes or
20
so.
Secret
when it
Window
went
sucks,
totally
dude.
off the rails. Like,
No,
what
no.
the
You sit
fuck?
there with Secret Window watching it going like, okay, is this a Fight Club thing? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're
And,
wondering
then,
where it's
yeah,
going.
you get to the end, you're like, oh, it is a total Fight
It-
Club
well,
thing.
yeah, I mean, and it actually predates Fight Club. The story does, and the story was actually pretty well told. It's an original Stephen King story in
Right.
4 Past Midnight. But the
No,
execution-
we didn't know that. But thank God you're here.
well, yeah, but the execution in the film was just really clumsy, and it was like, okay, he's this geeky author, and he's kind of stumbling around, and the Jesus shows up, and guess what?
No, Johnny-
Spoiler: he's not real.
Johnny Depp makes at least 5 or 6 bad movies per decade at least.
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney
I
Todd,
like Sweeney
Benny
Todd.
and
Yeah, there's
June.
always
Hello.
one.
I like it.
What? Benny and June? What?
I like
Dan
Sweeney
Grant,
Todd.
they-
not-
Okay, whoa.
Whoa.
Kristen said she likes Sweeney
I
Todd.
did.
You like the
I thought it was
musical.
fun.
You like the
alright,
musical.
The music. The problem I had with the musical is that
Wait. You
No,
like
the
movie
problem
over
you
the
had is
musical?
because you didn't see
No.
the actual musical, which
I
is
would
funny
love
and
to.
cool.
I would love to. The problem I had with the songs was that there was no song structure.
There
It
was no humor
I'm
or
singing
fun
my
to it?
lyrics, but it's not an actual song. There's no decent chorus. I'm just singing. But the movie itself, I thought was fun. It was super gory, and I was like, eating at the Alcatraz house.
How can
I'm
you
like,
say that when the very device made to carry the movie is, by your own admission, stale and horrible? That's like saying I really like Terminator Salvation, except for all those special effects.
Well, I wanted.
But I hate robots.
I wanted the music to get better, but I thought the story was super fun. I thought the characters were super fun. I love Helen Bonham Carter. But yeah, I wish the songs had been better.
I agree. Sweeney Todd is supposed to be like a very fun, cool.
I saw
we
a
need to move
cartoon
on.
recently. It had the guy who's like, I can't help it. I'm a necrophiliac. I can't help myself. And he's in the morgue having sex with a corpse, and it moves. He's like, oh my god! And it's Helena Bonham Carter. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like, oh, you're Helena Bonham Carter. It's like, yes. He goes, close enough. So
true.
you know it's true.
She
Come on.
has cancer in the next movie that you'll see her in.
Bruno, who's excited about Bruno?
I am.
Excited about Bruno. That's actually the next movie I am excited about is Bruno. I mean, come on. Sacha Baron Cohen and Larry Charles, who did Borat, which just was, I mean,
Very
the biggest
nice.
surprise of the year.
Dude, I
Very
know
nice.
when I saw the movie with you, I was laughing so hard I couldn't catch my breath.
I started crying.
Yeah,
Because
and-
not because I was like, I just couldn't, same thing. I was hurting.
and I was almost like, please stop doing stuff because I'm going to die in this theater.
Most disturbing scene ever: him wrestling with the manager.
That you know what that
Oh God,
To me-
that was
to me-
That was hilarious.
I thought that was eclipsed by him being at that very southern
You know what, Leon?
dinner party.
You-
and-
when you
and-
shit
and
back-
when he shit in
Leon,
the bag.
you have
Anybody
not
else-
stuck around after Rock Band post Leog often enough. Otherwise,
No.
you would see Cyrus and Bo going,
Now, if I
Bo
understand,
sliding off the
Fish
turnbuckle.
has actually
Has
seen
anybody
some of
else
Bruno.
here seen the South by Southwest footage?
No, you saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw it, and I'm telling you, they showed us stuff that's funnier than anything that was in Borat. I'm
Really?
telling you, this is going to be funnier than Borat.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe it.
That's
Because,
amazing.
and I said this before, it's just like, exploiting Americans' attitudes towards foreigners. Oh, yeah, that's funny. Exploiting Americans' attitudes towards homosexuals? Woohoo! Well, open the fucking doors, baby!
That's been some of the best comedy in like the last decade or so, like what South Park does, where it exploits the stuff that we're all uncomfortable about and don't want to admit that Americans
Hey,
do,
I just
and does it
invented
in a
this
clever
new
way.
travel system. It's great.
I think that was kind of the problem with Borat. That coming from the Ollie G show, it seemed like he really had a lot of like a deeper message about like the problems with people's perceptions toward people, and the movie itself really did turn out to be a lot of slapstick and like base humor. And,
But I
in
think
a lot
that-
of places that was just kind of surprising if you came from the show. To,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
It was
didn't
still
expect-
still very disturbing in the sense that like you
Oh, no,
saw
it
him,
was hilarious,
Yeah, when you
but-
saw him get onto the bus
With the
those
college
frat
kids,
guys
that was
who went
fucking-
on to sue him
Oh,
for the and they were
making him look
basically
like
suing him
dicks?
for like, dude, he showed us up for what we actually act like all the fucking
yeah,
time.
slavery was cool.
And
You
the
know, we need
idea of
slavery
like
again.
a gay guy coming around and doing that, dude.
Oh, have you
Yeah.
seen Ollie G where he's with the frat guys on the beach and he's getting
Yeah.
them all to wrestle him?
Yeah.
No.
It's probably one of the best Bruno bits.
Let me say this real
I'm
quick.
so
I
excited
just
about
I want to get something from Fish here because I think no one else saw the footage.
Right.
Is there anyone
No.
else who saw the footage? Can you tell us a little bit about what you saw?
Honestly, I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm just saying that scene with the manager, like in Borat, they kind of do something like that, but it's so much worse. And I don't want to spoil anything else.
We see penetration.
Yeah, let's just
No.
What is worse than that?
Yeah, pretty much. Somebody's gonna have to open their asshole up and like stick a fist
Let's
in
just
on
say-
camera.
I can't say anything. It's genius
say
in the worst
anything.
possible way.
If you like Ann Getty, if you like her little babies, imagine what Bruno could do. That's all I'm
I was
saying.
gonna say, I think Bo's on the right track there, except I think they're going to put the American flag in someone's asshole is what they're going to do.
What are they gonna do, Robert?
I think the real question
Well,
is,
they're gonna do the Robert Mapplethorpe.
Actually,
thing.
who did Fish blow to get into this screening?
Unless maybe the guy's like
It was you, Jason. Remember?
He is not only fisting a guy, but he's fisting the guy using the Holocaust instead of a fist.
Whoa.
Maybe I can see it being
Boy,
one
off the reservation.
Moving on. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Awesome!
Whoa! I'm a gigantic Harry Potter.
Hey,
geek.
can we just not talk about
We're not
this?
really going to say much.
Yeah, because we're going to do a whole
because
Harry Potter
we've
show.
got a whole Harry Potter show coming
Yeah.
Fuck
I
that
mean-
kid.
out. Which
I've
Jason
never
is the
I'm
one
not-
among
Shut
us
the
who doesn't
fuck
know
up,
that.
Jason.
I've never seen any of them.
Your opinions are irrelevant here.
Grant will
So
fight
G.I. Joe is coming up.
Grant, you're gonna fight him.
Accio Jason's
No,
microphone.
actually, Jason, to be fair, we will talk about G.I. Joe because we're not going to do a whole show about that shit.
It is going to be shit. It is. I'm
that
not
movie
gonna
looks
lie.
horrible.
But I just did want to mention that in passing, the fact we will be doing a whole Harry Potter
Is
show.
this
which
going to
we're
be the
not-
last
Yes.
one?
For
Is this the
Yes.
last movie?
Huh?
Is this the
That would
last
be
Harry Potter
extra
movie or
dorky.
something?
No, there's one
No.
more.
No,
Okay.
or
'Cause I
possibly
we
two
all
more.
wear
Right.
If
Yeah,
they
no,
decide
they're-
to split up the last
There,
one.
yeah,
Okay.
there are more than likely going to be two more.
Have you read the books, Greg?
I've never read them. I've never
we
seen
have
them.
a duel?
Fuck yeah.
I'm ambivalent toward it.
We're going to have the Greg and Jason podcast.
That's right.
Yeah, except
Fuck
that
you.
in the meantime, I'm going to introduce Greg to the audio
Unless
book.
Greg actually reads them and likes them, and then you're.
I just
They
don't
really
have
are.
so much.
They really are.
They
great.
look
You make
good.
fun of them, and you make fun of them, and you make fun of them, and then you sit and you read one. You're like, oh, whatever. This is just kids. Oh, that's
Well, the
kinda
audiobook,
That's
interesting.
yeah.
exactly
Oh,
what happened.
and then before you know it, you're like, you know what? That was good enough. I'll read another one. It went by fast, and you read the next one, and the next thing you know, you're like, Jesus fuck Christ, who's got the next Harry Potter book? I need it now.
It's like crack.
I can't come into work
Magical
today.
crack.
And then suddenly you can't wait for the next Twilight movie?
Greg and I.
You went to an evil place.
No, I went too
No,
far.
fuck you, Grant. Shut the fuck up, Grant.
That is not a causal relationship.
No, Grant's
Whatever
right.
I gotta
because
do to get the shut the
that's
fuck
that's
up.
the evolution.
Okay, seriously.
Fire
Quiet.
bomb.
You guys, quiet. Raise your hand if you have read Twilight.
I can honestly say.
Oh, okay.
Two ladies.
Everyone-
Women.
Everyone
Not Kristen.
listening,
Kristen
take
is not red
apparently
Twilight.
the hands.
the person who lives with Jason has read it.
That's a.
She didn't like
Wow,
it, though.
now that's interesting.
Double kudos. All right, so we're moving on. I'm just going to mention in passing
No
here.
tweet,
I did a
Twilight
review
Leon.
a while back here, just written on the site for 500 Days of Summer. And
Yeah.
What
it's,
is that?
It was
it's really
sweet.
fucking great. And
It
it's a
looks
little-
like the best indie
It's
movie.
It is.
Zoe
It's-
Deschanel
It's Zoe
and,
Deschanel and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
And Cobra Commander.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
And it's just no, not Cobra. Yeah, well, no, he is Cobra Commander.
he
But
seems
no,
like
it's like it's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind light in
With
a lot
Cobra
of ways.
Commander.
No, but not in the sense that it's really ripping off that movie. It just is playing with linearness and timelines.
And who's
the
the mass
concept,
device?
Zoe Deschanel, and it really does work. They sell it. It's precious and yet never
you already- so you
annoying.
already saw it?
in it. Yeah, I saw it.
Joseph
a while back.
Gordon-Levitt seems like he's like the kind
Cobra
of
Commander.
up and comer. he seems like he's the up and coming actor that's like a dark horse, I guess, sort of, and like that no one's really expecting it.
I never gave him a
Like-
second thought until Brick. Which,
Yeah, Brick
was
was
like astonishing.
excellent.
And Zoe Deschanel is the female character who acts like she's not actually in the scene that she's in.
She's just the token emo chick.
But she's
Yeah.
so good at that she's perfect for this. In fact, you won't mind her in this because she's playing exactly the type of role that annoys you that she plays
Awesome,
in other roles.
'cause I
It's
She's
the only, it's the only role she ever
She's
plays.
disaffected and kind of like distant and ditzy.
She's
and,
as boring
and
as
the
Selma
thing is
Blair.
that she is criticized for that here. She gets called to task for that.
Does she get criticized by somebody running into her with a car? No, because that would be awesome.
I personally think she's hot, but whatever. There's Moon, which
She's
I'm
a
not
poor
gonna-
man's Katy
There's
Perry.
Moon, which I'm not going to say a hell of a lot about. I've seen that too.
Yeah, the this is the sci-fi movie I am
Moon?
looking forward to.
Oh, that's the one with Sam.
most.
Sam
talking about-
Rockwell.
But he's by- yeah,
and,
it looks
Jeff-
good.
and pretty much
Rockwell.
just Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, it looks
Kevin
good.
Spacey as
Kevin
his-
Spacey as the computer, which
Ke-
honestly is one of the weakest points of the film because you keep going, oh, that's Kevin Spacey, and that for a movie that's a hard.
Is
Well,
it-
wait a minute.
it's
Whoa,
kinda like
whoa,
American
whoa, whoa,
Beauty,
Hey,
where
well,
he's just
wait,
kind of
wait.
like-
Have you actually have you seen
Yeah,
it?
I saw it. I
Oh.
saw it months
Yeah.
ago.
Okay, well,
Once
never mind.
Cobra tried to take over the moon.
Oh, will you shut up? Somebody turn his mic, unplug his mic.
No, I'm too amused by it.
Wow, that coming from Grant. I'm gonna shut up then. Okay, sorry.
So it's not any good.
No, it is good. I just didn't think it was quite up to the hype. I felt like it was an excellent Twilight Zone episode. It's very minimal and it's very arty and it's clever, but not past the point that you can't totally call where it's going well before the twist comes. And then you just have to watch the implications of that play out, which are, they're interesting, but after, an hour and a half, I was like, okay, I'm ready for this to wrap up.
Sam Rockwell.
This could have been a great hour of television, and it's really low budget anyway, and then it's not. They drag it out too long, in my opinion.
He just bugs me because I feel like he can be so much better. And I mean, he's a great actor, but I feel like, where's his big break? Where's his huge movie?
Sam Rockwell. I feel like he intentionally goes for the little roles. He likes those. Like Choke. That's a total Sam Rockwell role. And the thing is, he's
Zaphod Beeble.
Yeah. He's not please, come on. Don't even do that. Don't make me relive that version of that book.
It was a fun movie.
Just read the damn book.
Yeah.
No, I don't read
books
which
because he's illiterate.
explains a lot.
Yeah, you know what? No,
if they're just words and not pictures, with
books
them,
are the devil and TV's
No,
faster.
the reason why the book is brilliant is because of the words he chooses to use and the way he phrases them. You can't do that in a movie. I'm sorry.
Whereas the
can't.
movie goes, here's the beginning of the joke. Okay, we're not going to actually
thought
end
we
the
were not
joke.
going to talk about this.
Okay, yeah.
We've gone on a tangent. New movie.
New movie. We're not talking about G-Force. I'm sorry, Kayla. I'm sorry.
It's got gerbils and it looks bad.
Unless
gerbils?
It's a gerbil movie where there's spies.
If they're going to make the proper
Transmute!
G-Force, they
Oh,
would have
wait,
taken the
never mind.
80s cartoon.
And it stars
Not this
Richard
shit.
Gere.
We're not
And
talking.
it says Casey Kasem as the voice of Jason. The
We're not
lead-
talking about
no.
Orphan because
Next.
oh my god, that looks horrible.
Yeah.
What the fuck are they
You know
thinking
what?
releasing
I have
that
a problem with
theatrically?
this. What's up with them? Just orphans. They already have it hard enough. Let's go ahead and make a horror movie.
You know what?
with
Cyrus and I
orphans.
said the exact same thing. I'm like watching. I'm like, wow. Older kids have such a hard time getting adopted.
And the whole movie
last
is
thing
about-
we need is a movie scaring.
It's a
people.
horror film for people considering adopting a child, is what it is.
Yeah.
Those are the only people who could possibly be scared by it.
Awesome.
The way this
Show
thing
it to
looks.
Brangelina and Madonna.
They should have a movie
point.
called Starving Ethiopian Kid.
Brangelina.
It's like, don't give your money to them,
Then
or
they
else
make
they'll
it
come.
called
Starring
Good Son?
Sally Struthers.
Wasn't it the good son?
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like The Good Son, The Bad Seed, yada yada yada. We've seen this before. I didn't
Not
think it
with
was scary the
not
first time.
not with orphans.
Oh, fair
That's
enough.
different.
Or if it's just fucked up.
Funny People is the next movie coming out that actually looks good.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, this is
Well,
Judd
I wouldn't
Apatow.
go that
This-
far.
I would. I think it looks fantastic. The
Whoa,
trailer-
whoa!
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes, the trailer made me laugh out loud on several occasions in a sort of like, you know what? This wasn't only funny; it was clever.
Oh, I'm with you
no.
on this.
I mean, okay. This looks like this is Judd Apatow saying, "Hey, not only can I do funny stuff, I can do serious stuff too," and that's all well and good. I have seen no evidence that Judd Apatow can do serious stuff.
What?
This is the movie that may lead me to believe that.
You didn't like
And-
40-Year-Old Virgin or
It's
or
like 40-Year-Old
Knocked Up?
Virgin, but with cancer.
Yeah, 'cause-
And no chub.
oh, I'm sorry. I forgot how serious 40-Year-Old
No, but there
Virgin
are
was.
serious parts to
You
it
know
that
what?
deal
Who
with serious
cares?
stuff. Knocked
It's
Up
not,
has a lot of
don't
serious stuff
don't
on it.
even get up and tell me that 40-Year-Old Virgin is a serious movie. It's a comedy. Period.
No, I agree it's a comedy, but it also does a lot more serious stuff than your average comedy
right.
on this level does.
Fine.
Whereas
you
Knocked
know.
Up deals with
you
a
know
lot.
what? Any major real comedy, the stuff that makes you laugh, does have that.
It just
It
seems
does have serious moments.
when I saw
and that's all well and good. I'm not saying that this is going to be a bad movie. I'm just saying that I think this is going to be the meeting point of Judd Apatow's serious side and Judd Apatow's funny side. And he's going to bring them together, and I am curious to see what the results are going to be. I'm not completely convinced that they're going to be great, but I'm definitely curious to see what's going on.
And
I
I'm
definitely want to see what's going on.
And I'm just saying, I feel he already did it, especially with Knocked Up. He
Oh,
did
well,
it well.
then
and
well
this
and
feels
good.
like
Everybody should go see it.
And this feels like the further evolution of that. Like he's taking it to the next step with probably actors that are a little better suited to this in this case. Sandler's already done this type of thing, and I think he can pull it off again.
I feel like I'm assuming it's gonna be good just because it's those guys. But when I see the trailer, it just kind of seems like that could be a lighthearted comedy. But it doesn't seem like it's just solid all around.
No,
That's all.
it's
That's all I
funny.
feel.
You know what it needs? Destro.
Which brings us to the next movie, G.I. Joe, The Rise of
G.I.
Absolute
Joe.
Jarvis.
Fight for freedom wherever
Listen.
there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there.
I'm sorry.
G.I. Joe.
I
A
wish
real
I could be
American
excited
hero.
about
There's
this.
the G.I. Joe Resolute, a movie
now
that's shown
you
on
know.
Cartoon
Bring
Network,
in
written by
Ray
Warren Ellis.
Parks.
Yeah,
Some
no,
shit.
I've heard about that. How is that?
Bo, I'm telling you, like I am not a G.I. Joe fan, and I loved it. I mean,
Oh,
like the,
it was good.
No,
Did you finally see it, Grant?
I watched Resolute. It was so fun.
well, wasn't it fucking awesome?
And you can watch it for free on
Yep.
YouTube.
And,
Okay,
and,
guys.
and it was Warren Ellis on autopilot.
And this is
But it was
not,
still really fucking
and
good.
this is
Dude,
not
I'm
written
all
by
over Warren Ellis on autopilot.
This is not written by Warren Ellis.
This movie is not.
Yeah.
It's
no.
being directed by Steven Sommers.
Who did
Who
the
fucked
Mummies.
up Van Helsing and the Mummy
Arguably the
movies.
only movies he's done that's even vaguely good are the Mummy films, and not the third
And he
one.
fucked
which
those up.
I can't even say arguably. That's garbage.
Although Jason, I
But
think, liked the second one, right?
At one point, I did.
I can
I've
say
come around.
all I can say is that from a certain young point of view, they're not totally awful. It's
Let's
all
just
I'm
say
saying.
that Steven Sommers has taken all sorts of icons from my youth: The Mummy,
Yeah.
Van Helsing, G.I. Joe, and he has sodomized them on the silver screen.
and that's exactly what this is. If you don't care, if you never collected GI Joes, 12-inch or 6-inch, I don't
12-inch
care
with the
what it
fake
is.
beer, baby.
If you don't care about that shit, go see it. You'll probably like it. But I mean, if you're wanting it to pay any kind of attention to what's going on in like the toy universe or the Larry Hama universe, like the guy who wrote the comic book series, then don't go. You'll just be heartbroken.
Yeah,
but it looks like it'll be a spectacle. I'll give it that.
Read IDW's G.I. Joe series right now, particularly G.I. Joe Cobra, written by Christos Gage and some other dude. I don't
Oh, is that the
remember
one with the Baroness?
No,
They all have the Baroness, dude.
No, this is one.
And Jason, you
there's
cannot
one
talk about the
There's one that
Baroness.
focuses on the Baroness and some kind of like Baccarat game going on, or
she's in a couple of them. There's G.I. Joe Origins, and G.I. Joe Cobra.
Casino Joyale.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
I think something to get you back into G.I. Joe's. Watch that Warren Ellis Resolute.
Yeah,
That's cool.
watch the
Yeah.
Warren Ellis Resolute. That is fun, and it's
It was
relatively
surprisingly rad.
Yeah, it's like an hour long. It's an animated film, and it's really
it's
exciting.
hardcore.
It kind of reminded me of the Animatrix with that scene with
Yeah.
It did.
Sorman.
Well, it's
what's
the
his name?
director.
Does it tie into the movie at all, or is it just...
No.
The director is
I doubt it.
Joaquin DeSantos, who did some of the best episodes of Justice League Unlimited, and he was
Oh
also
my
director.
God,
he was the
I am
director
hard.
on a lot of Avatar.
But
Last
that's the whole
Airbender.
thing. It's like, if you're gonna go watch the G.I. Joe movie in the theater, don't watch that.
Well, yeah, that's
at all.
That's the thing I was going to say. It's like, as awesome as this thing is, yeah, you might want to watch it after.
Yeah.
Because I had no
Because
expectations
it's
for
like
G.I. Joe.
there is not one thing in the trailer, in any kind of filtered, like, here's what's going on in the G.I. Joe
Yeah.
movie, that leads me to believe, as a guy who collected not only the 12-inch big guy G.I. Joe, but the smaller G.I. Joe, and actually read the Larry Hama comic book that Marvel produced, that leads me to believe that they're going to do anything akin to what fans of that want to see.
Basically, what Bo is
Yeah.
saying is there is no Sergeant Slaughter in the movie.
All right, now what I want to hear
There is
from
no
Jason,
William the Refrigerator
You're the
Perry.
one
Well,
person
no,
that I know-
it goes beyond that.
No.
Tone
Let's
it down.
we get your point, but I want to hear from Jason.
No, but all means.
Jason, you're the only person I know who might be excited by this movie. What is your point to be excited about?
I'm just I'm pissed at Steven Sommers desecrating something that I grew up with. I'm waiting for him to do the He-Man movie. I mean, Michael Bay fucked up the Transformers movie. And yeah, it's a really rich universe with all sorts of colorful characters, and then they're taking it and turning into and just stripping it down and turning it into some sort of spectacle
For
with
Dennis Quaid.
Well, yeah, for Dennis Quaid and one of the fucking Wayans brothers.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Blasphemy.
But there's some
the least
cool,
of it.
fun-looking stuff in there. And they got some like weird Matrix bullet time thing where they're
Yeah.
moving in their super.
Oh, that's
suits.
not old at all.
And then they have the Eiffel Tower melting with that green gel, and
Yeah.
I was like, freedom fries, fuck yeah! And I don't know, they got some stuff in there that I thought kind of looked cool. I just have to completely disregard the fact that it's not going to be like the cartoon.
The only G.I.
It's not
Joe
cartoon.
movie is The Naughty Adventures of the Baroness, Volume 1.
Oh, wait, does that really exist?
Is this your fanfic that you wrote?
I'm sorry, was that out loud?
That was out loud.
I didn't.
Oopsies.
Okay, I'm sorry. You were
Learned a lot
saying.
here.
Grant,
I think we
please
were moving
talk.
on to the next.
See, I was
Oh,
saying,
are we?
like G.I. Joe got ruined for me by the Venture Brothers, that episode in season 3 where they bring him in, but they like relate him to the Village People, and now it's impossible for me to see the old G.I. Joe and not think Village People.
Oh yeah, no, we were watching the Warren Ellis Resolute, which again you should check out. It's available online, I think, streaming for free. And Lisa actually said, "Wait, why are the Village People on here?" I mean, and she said that without any hint of irony, and I felt sad.
She wasn't wrong.
No, I felt sad, but at the same time, I could not stop laughing. I said, "I know, it's horrible." And yeah.
Now shut up and leave because I need to finish this episode.
I know, exactly. But no. Watch G.I. Joe Resolute to see the big battle between Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes.
It's so cool.
It's one of the best kung fu battles
Because,
ever.
I mean, the rest of it is okay. It's that really made me go, wow, this is rad. And I was excited about it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, the rest of the episodes are kind of like, oh, that's fun, that's cool. But that one went, wow, Resolute is badass.
Yeah.
Good job, Warren Ellis.
And it's not a perfectly honest or a perfectly faithful adaptation of G.I. Joe, but it's so damn exciting that you can overlook all of
It's
that.
a better one.
You guys are really at that point where y'all are making, because I've never cared about G.I. Joe, but y'all are making me really want to see. Well,
You should
Resolute,
at
not
least
the
watch
movie.
Resolute.
Whatever you get out of this, don't go see the movie. Watch Resolute.
They'll pay me.
And honestly, don't expect grade A Warren Ellis, because he twittered about it and he said, "Hey, watch this G.I. Joe thing that I wrote for a gag (parentheses and a check."
Yeah. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes the best
Yeah.
stuff is for it.
But honestly, even Warren Ellis on autopilot is better than most of the shit that you see with people trying to bring their A game.
Okay, now I know
It
guys
was
were
pretty good.
skipping past a lot of stuff that people are going to be like, "Oh, I was hoping you talk about this." Movies like District 9 that there's
Oh,
a
we're
lot
not
to
gonna
say
talk-
about, but honestly, we don't know but so much about.
You
The
know
only
what?
thing I can say is that Peter Jackson produced it for this director because he wanted to say, "This is the guy, executive heads, who we want to direct Halo."
Because of the short, if I can for a second, because of the short film Alive in Joburg, which is short for Johannesburg, South Africa. Yeah, watch that short film. Search for Alive in Joburg, and it is the short film that spawned District 9. And Neil Blomkamp is the director, and he actually was on deck to direct the Halo movie, which I couldn't give a good goddamn about. But he directed these short trailers for Halo 3, and they were fucking stunning.
Oh, I saw those. They were stunning.
They were amazing. And he was going to direct the Halo movie, but it ran over budget, and then they shelved it. And so they said, okay, well, let's take this short film that you've done, Alive in Joburg, which is still on YouTube, and let's turn it into a feature film, District 9.
And it looks like smart sci-fi.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it's very... Spoiler. It's very Alien Nation.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
But I love
the-
Alien Nation.
It totally reminded me of that. Like if you watch any of the trailers for Alien Nation, it shows like, oh, these guys come down and they're ghettoized and they're put into
It has a lot of those
and it's
societal.
It's okay if we move on.
But as long as they're not drinking rotted milk, right on.
No, that still
I've
freaked me
got
out. I actually liked the show, but every time they would do that to get drunk, that's just the grossest. That's one of those things that we can all know what that smell is so much.
Yeah.
So that I couldn't even watch them doing it.
Very disturbing.
It is very creepy.
Like I said, there's other stuff. There's like the Time Traveler's Wife that I don't know shit about, but I know the book is supposed to be fantastic. So
That's what I was wondering.
Kind
I
of looking
looked-
forward to
okay,
the movie.
now we're skipping. Sorry.
Yeah, we're just going right through that.
Well, yeah, and the Time Traveler's Wife, it's a very literal book. I mean, it's on the bestsellers list, and it's like, although it does have like magical realism, sci-fi elements, it doesn't necessarily mean it's like a sci-fi blockbuster.
I thought it could be cool, but it could be a chick flick.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
it's a
I'm not sure how they'll
You're
do
absolutely
it.
right. It actually does read kind of like the new version of Somewhere in Time.
It's a romantic drama, which
Yeah.
to me is a total sale because
yeah. Then there's nothing wrong with that. It look. I'm certainly interested.
There's going real quickly by it too. Ponyo on the Cliff by the Sea, the newest Hayao Miyazaki film, which
I
I don't know much about.
So looking forward to that. Well, apparently, like
What is it called?
even with like several other blockbusters coming out in Japan, this thing like still took #1.
Yeah.
And it's Hayao Miyazaki. It's like, and it's like the first like, you know, major thing he's done since Spirited Away.
Every single film he does goes #1 in Japan for good reason.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
And almost all the stuff keeps on getting better and better. So it's just
Has he
like
ever
I
directed
love
live
my
action?
No,
I don't think so.
Do you think he could?
I doubt it.
I honestly have no idea.
I don't know. I
But
don't know.
we're going to skip.
we need to skip.
We
But
need to skip to the last big movie of the night. There are other ones we can talk about whose names I'm not going to mention for fear.
Halloween 2?
No, that's one of the ones we're not going to talk about.
because that'll be good.
But we are going to talk about Inglourious Bastards, which is the last big film in August from my point of view, coming out from Quentin Tarantino. Now, I think this trailer looked like shit, personally. I thought it looked like total shit.
It didn't do much for me.
No.
What
it looks
is
like
Brad Pitt doing with his mouth?
Yeah.
I thought
just like-
it was
He's trying to
fun.
get
It
that
was
bad
quirky.
mustache off.
Yeah,
his
he's
face.
got, you know, which I don't mind because that's like the mustache of the period. You know, it's like the Errol Flynn mustache, but he seems like he's like trying to suck his lip over his teeth every time he talks, and it's like,
I thought
what
it
the
was
fuck's
fun.
wrong with you?
Brad Pitt doesn't do quirks often. I thought that was good for him.
Well, I think I've discussed this on a Leog before, but there was a point at I think it was Kill Bill to where it was all, I guess, an homage until Kill Bill, and then at Kill Bill it kind of turned into a caricature of all these things that he loved,
Right.
where everyone was over exaggerating all of the parts that they loved. You know, like in Kill Bill, it was the sassy samurai chick and the hard boiled assassin.
yeah, but
you
I
know,
thought
and
that was
kind
kind
of
of fun still.
well, yeah, but it definitely no. You're absolutely right. It was fun, but it took a different turn, and that's what Inglourious Bastards seems like.
I think people have a certain expectation of Quentin Tarantino that puts a
Yeah.
it's a you have his name associated with it, and when you see it, you're like, that's not Quentin Tarantino or something like that.
Right. Well-
but I saw the trailer and I was like, that looks fun. I was like, oh, and that's Quentin Tarantino.
Well, I think he's kind of
Interesting.
become a parody of himself almost.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
but the feedback that's coming back from this movie was just recently shown at Cannes or Cannes, however you pronounce.
Cons.
Can seems wrong, but I keep getting corrected.
Yeah,
by
exactly.
people who
That's what
say,
everybody
no, it's
says.
Cannes.
Oh,
I
it's
know.
Cannes.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Fucking French.
Who cares? But what it comes down to is that a lot of people are saying like this is his most mature movie. People are being very surprised by what's in there.
Wow.
Yeah,
And he kills
I'm
a
the
lot
same
of
way.
Nazis.
My only thing is like just seeing Brad Pitt because he just seems so cartoonish.
Yeah.
In everything that I've seen him be. But it's just like, dude, Quentin Tarantino writing dialogue for a World War II movie, I'm all about watching that. That sounds excellent.
I was.
Can
too,
you do it?
When they said
All right.
it's like a Dirty Dozen, his Dirty Dozen, I
Yeah.
was like, dude, that was a film he was born
Oh,
to
yeah,
make.
no.
That we all thought that should have been the follow up to Pulp Fiction. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this is the next film
The
he should have
Dirty Dozen.
made.
Oh.
Which, admittedly, most of this was written back then.
Yeah.
He
Right.
just took forever to do it because he wanted to fart around. However,
They make
when
Jackie
you
Brown.
watch the trailer, it feels like Kill Bill, the World War II film.
Kill Bill.
Now, the reviews from cons, what the fuck ever, are saying,
No
no,
S.
this is actually, yes, parts of it are that type of level of mania, but most of it isn't. Most of it has that level of dialogue that feels like back when he could write good dialogue as opposed to Grindhouse.
Back when Roger Avery could write good dialogue for you.
Right. Good point. About
But hello, Paul, beyond that, Reservoir Dog had great fucking dialogue.
Till the
Pulp
end.
Fiction had a great
I
fucking
hate the end of that
dialogue.
movie.
I like Jackie Brown enough.
I like Jackie Brown too.
I like
did too.
Jackie Brown. You go back to look at it, and
I
you
love
first
True
time you think
Romance.
it's slow, but when you go back and look
I
at it,
love
it's
True
pretty good.
Romance. Yeah.
I was about to mention True
Romance,
I like
and
True Romance.
let us not forget, even the small impetus version of Natural Born Killers.
Yeah.
Fuck
No,
yeah.
and I've read both the original scripts of Tarantino, True Romance, and Natural Born Killers. And the Natural Born Killers one that ended up is pretty different, although the best parts of that movie are from Tarantino's script. But the True Romance is pretty goddamn close
Oh,
to the
fuck
original Tarantino script.
Yeah.
And that's one of his best scripts.
Well, yeah, it's just like the whole thing on like where do the Sicilians come from? That's all fucking Tarantino. I mean, the man can write. And I would be absolutely curious to see what he can do with a period piece. And if he's doing it right,
Well, if
Right
you
on.
once you become literate enough in film, and I mean I don't even mean that in an elitist way. Once you start tapping into the whole treasure trove, if you're dipping into the same well that Tarantino is, his movies start to look more like a collage than an actual movie.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like watching Kill Bill, I was like, okay, that's Lady Snowblood. Okay, that's Shaw Brothers. Okay, that's Mr. Majestic.
That being said, how many people can do that? I mean, we're geeks.
You know,
we're hardcore
honestly,
film.
more and more every day.
Is that what you call it?
Okay, not you.
I can't do it. I watched it and I was like,
Okay,
cool,
you're
this is
I'm
original.
Yeah, me too.
So,
But see, that's the thing is that I was watching Kill Bill and I was thinking, okay, he's taking all these samurai movies that I love, but he's borrowing all of the bad shit that he should have left behind.
And I will say this: Jason grew up watching like these B movies, these bad movies. You and I, Leon, we can read a comic book and go like, oh, he's taking this from this. He's taking this from
True.
this. He's taking this from this. It's the same fucking thing.
I agree.
It's
I think
absolutely
it is
the
too.
same. And you can't say like, oh, Jeff Johns is a genius, but Quentin Tarantino is a thief.
I mean, you can go.
come on.
You can go and you can say Reservoir Dogs, whole sequences. I don't care what you've read.
Yeah.
Whole sequences are lifted, note for note dialogue, paragraphs from this Chinese movie, City on Fire.
And
that being said, City on Fire is not a very good movie.
Right.
And Reservoir Dogs is a fucking awesome movie.
Yes, it is, and it also borrows heavily to bring it full circle from Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, the original.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Which is a
Mr.
good
Blue,
movie,
Mr. Brown, Mr.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
have you color?
But you know what? We're gonna have to wrap this up. It's that time. Does anyone have any ending things they want to say before we wrap this up? I mean, it's a summer preview.
I got one last Terminator thing to
7
say.
more movies I'd like to talk about.
Well, you can't. Maybe if you'd been one of the original core crew. You could.
Oh, burn!
No. That cuts off after. Yeah. Okay.
Did you really have something else about Terminator you wanted to say?
Yeah, just with the TV series, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. Yes. Because I decided to go ahead and like watch them before this show so I could talk about them, even though there's no time to do that. And I came down to those last 2 episodes. Everybody said like, "Man, you got to watch those 2. Those are awesome." So I did. They weren't really all that good.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the show before it got canceled was going to go in a direction I didn't really care for. So now, whereas I was upset it got canceled, now I'm like, well, no, these things happen.
Can we give the last few minutes over to the to those members of the league who aren't as aggressive on the mic?
You mean the sexy ladies?
Oh well,
What, fish?
yeah. I mean the ladies.
Ladies.
Yeah.
Lady.
The ladies, Fish, Kristen, and Kayla. Yeah.
Sure, why not? We'll let these guys close
Let's let 'em
out.
do it. Let
We're going to
'em-
sit back, and when y'all feel it's ready, you could just go, you know what? That's it. Thank you very much. This has been the League of Extremely Ordinary
Oh,
Gentlemen.
no, we all gotta say it all together.
Okay. All right, we'll let y'all
Or if
take
you guys
us
want to
out,
bring
though.
up any whatever the hell random topics you
Yeah.
want to...
I'll bring it. Okay.
Let's hear it.
So Cyrus emailed me a Wikipedia list of all the
We
summer
said
movies.
you promised you wouldn't. Oh, that list. Oh, sorry.
No, so, yeah. it
Other
wasn't
email
the
I
best
sent.
porn sites you'll ever see list. No, he emailed a list of sites off of Wikipedia, and what I like about Wikipedia is you can click the links and see the stuff. What sparked my interest was a movie coming out in September that was based on my absolute favorite book in second grade called Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. The reason why I loved the book so very much was the artwork. The artwork was very much woodcut, like lithograph. And the whole reason I loved it was the art. And I'm coming from an artist standpoint who would love to draw children's books.
Grant would like to agree with you.
Good
And
for you,
speak in
Grant.
the third person.
But when all I saw was the Wikipedia article and the poster for the movie, and it's going to be a 3D CGI. And just looking at just the poster for the movie, I was like, what the fuck are you fuckers doing? Because I love the art. I love the art of that. And it looks like they're going to ignore the art, and they made their own story up about how, like, they're going to explain the reason behind all the crazy shit. And I'm like, no!
Well, it's
Don't
like
fucking touch
There's
it.
only 12 pages in that. It's kind of like what
Yeah.
300 had to do. You
Yeah,
gotta
it's-
fill it in. with
There's no
something.
reason to fill it in. But anyway, if for any reason you're like, I'd like to see that, go read the book. Please go find the book. Read it first. It will give you more pleasure than this movie probably ever will. And I'm just, again, saying that from only seeing a movie poster, but read the fucking book. I'm
What
gonna
was
give
that
those
book with the
Kale.
kid? It was like Arnold and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day.
Oh yeah, Alexander.
Alexander. Yeah, they're gonna make that into a movie next, and it's gonna be horrible.
That kid
Not
was
this
totally
summer.
hungover, by the way.
Kayla, did you have
That's
something you
all it
wanted?
I don't know. I guess maybe I am the idiot that Bo hates that just is making these summer movies work. You know, like he's like, oh, that's mindless stuff. But I guess you guys are
You know
so
what?
tied to the.
But you know what? The movie studios are making movies for that, and you're going to give them the money, and that's all that really matters. They don't really care what we say.
Well, what
As long
I
as
think
people
that
go see the
you're,
movie.
You can
regardless
ignore
of
these
anyone's
us
opinion.
pompous
It
Leon.
has
No.
nothing to do with anybody's opinion but your own. Is the point.
No,
What
but
you're excited about.
I guess because I have this part where once I step into a movie, I kind of almost separate from everything I've always known and it's that second watching where I can kind of apply that. But that first time, I'm like, if I didn't know this was a Transformers movie, this could be really good. Like, I think we have so much inside of us just tied to the name Transformers or to G.I. Joe. If they called it, like, Awesome Black Fighters, you would be like, G.I. Joe movie's
it'd be me
awesome!
and Leon.
You know? No, but, you know, like...
Tell her
True,
what the name
but-
of your movie was going to be, Leon.
On the same
We're in
token, I think if
pre-production
I ever
already.
watched the Harry Potter movies without having read the book,
Well, see-
the book, I would have hated each one.
Oh yeah.
No, wait, no. See, I've seen part of them. I've never read any of the books, and I thought they were visually interesting.
I've seen all
I
the
think the
Harry
third
Potter
one
movies,
is.
and I haven't read any of the books, and they were mediocre. Some of them were really good, but like the one
Number
where they're
3
in,
and maybe number 5.
no,
That
the
gets
one
off
where they're in
track.
the maze and they gotta
That's
grab the
number
chalice.
4.
Number 4.
Goblet of Fire.
That was fucking retarded.
But that's
Oh,
for-
it's so bad.
That would made me fucking cry.
But that's for another episode.
Yeah, you're right.
Coming
Yes,
up
move-
soon.
move along.
Sorry, I wasn't gonna talk.
Did
That's all right. You know
Kayla
what I
have
wanna do?
opinions?
And I interrupted.
I want to
Kayla.
hear about
Sorry, go
Kayla's
ahead.
opinions.
You know what I want to hear about? I want to hear Fish take us out for the
Let's
first
hear about
time
Fish's
in
opinions.
history.
I wanted to talk about my most anticipated movie. You guys didn't speak a word about my most anticipated movie.
Yeah, what was that?
4 words. Mega octopus versus giant shark.
I thought that was fake.
No, that's the Asylum. No,
But
I'd
that-
like to
that's
point out that's 5 words.
That's on the 5.
Also.
That's on the
Mega
sci-fi
shark,
channel.
giant o-
Adding fail.
Everyone, be quiet. I'm gonna try to kill fish with pure hatred.
Come on, you guys
really
didn't
need
like
that.
Transmorphers? Come on.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's by the people who brought Transmorphers and
Kayla did.
Alien Hunter or something like that.
Yeah.
Guess what? You had a chance to take us out, and you fucking blew it.
So I'm handing it over to Jason, the real Jason.
Yeah, that's right.
No, go check out that trailer on YouTube.
Shut
really.
the fuck up, fish!
I gave you a chance to be a man, and you blew it.
Oh yeah, you know what? This time we're not gonna let the boy try. Okay,
Boy, shut up!
that's right. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for listening to the summer movie preview, and tune into the League Lounge. Get your friends to join. And what are you trying to get me to say, Grant?
Long
Live the league!
Woo!